All coverage will start in 2 minutes. Your pregame show getting you ready for tonight's high school baseball matchup will start in 1 minute and 30 seconds. High school baseball coverage on RoCo Radio will start in 1 minute. Tonight's RoCo Radio pregame show will start in 30 seconds as we get you ready for high school baseball. The following is a presentation of RoCo Radio Sports. America's pastime. Some of the best programs across the Triad and the state of North Carolina. This is high school baseball on RoCo Radio, featuring the Reidsville Rams.
And that is towered to left. That is going to get out of here. Christian Scales with the solo shot to left.
McMichael fighting Phoenix.
Tillman hammers that one over his
That's
head.
going to be the game winner.
Sends him 1 run in. Second run coming home. And that's the game. The McMichael Phoenix complete the comeback.
The Morehead Panthers.
Here's the 1-2 from the righty Behe.
Oh,
that is hit hard in the right field. On his horse is Matthews to the fence, to the wall. It's out of here.
Oh, no.
Judson Freeze, have yourself a day. 2 doubles and a home run.
And the Rockingham County Cougars.
And that's
breaking
driven.
ball drilled deep into left field. In left center, way back and out of here. Hudson deals the real deal.
Capturing all the big hits, the web gems, and the pitching performances to remember for a lifetime. It's baseball action on RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com. We start with your RoCo Radio pregame show. Let's head down to the field and get you ready for first pitch as we bring you high school baseball action from across Rockingham County, right here on RoCo Radio.
Hello and welcome in to the Two Rivers Plaza Kooler Ice pregame show. Rockingham County's premier location for exceptional small businesses is Two Rivers Plaza, located at 307 West Meadow Road in Eden. Visit the wonderful small businesses there today. Two Rivers Plaza, your premier source for small business services. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that is ready when you are? Kooler Ice is county-wide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan, 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. Visit our local Kooler Ice dispenser at Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reidsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reidsville, located at 1509 South Scale Street. or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden, located at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice. Great tasting fresh ice available 24/7 at all 4 locations. 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Kooler Ice. Fresh and ready when you are. Jonathan Hatley's here with me, and we've got a special guest, Joe Dexter, here as well. How you doing, Hatley?
I am doing great. Ready for a rivalry matchup. Morehead McMichael, always a big game. A lot riding on this one too.
And how are you doing, Joe?
Sunny skies, rivalry baseball, 2 of my very good friends. Does it get better than this?
Not much, not much. But thank you guys so much for listening in. Excited to bring you McMichael versus Morehead baseball action on RocoRadio.com, Facebook, and YouTube. So happy to have you along for this. Morehead stands at 6-7, 4-1 in the conference, and 2-3 on the road, while McMichael is 11-3 overall, 6-2 in the conference, and a staggering 9-0 at home. So Hatley, what are you thinking about this game?
McMichael's tough to beat at home. Morehead is a scrappy bunch. They find ways to win games. And McMichael's the same way. There's no easy outs or easy game when you play either of these 2 teams. So, I expect this to be a battle.
Morehead 6-7, but they won 4 of their last 5. Their offense is starting to turn up too, Jonathan, where the top of the order especially has really been hitting the baseball as of late. And as Jay pointed out to us in our group chat, sorry guys, you don't have access to that. That's just us. But as Jay pointed out to us, their competition to start the season has been building up to this point where now they can compete with good teams.
Their opponent's record is well over 750 right now. I think it was 62-16 was the combined record of the teams the last time I checked. I didn't update that today, so it's probably changed a little bit. But, I mean, it just goes to show they've been playing some serious competition.
Yeah, and you've got the number 2 team right now in the Mid-State 2A in the Morehead Panthers. They're ranked number 23 in the 2A West RPI. And you got the McMichael Phoenix, who are number 3 in the Mid-State 2A with a 6-2 conference record. And they're ranked number 14 in the 2A West RPI. So, on paper, a very even match.
But it is baseball. We've seen some teams get blown out and then come right back and get the victory.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And with these 2 teams, they'll scrap with anybody, especially each other. This rivalry goes back to when McMichael began its existence.
Now, this Morehead team is a resilient team. You talk about coming back from blowouts. They lost 6-1 to Walkertown, and then they go to Walkertown, pick up a victory on a Friday night to really propel where they are now heading into this matchup. They fought back in every game that we've covered. I mean, we look at the bats, how they got going against Rockingham County, made that a game in the middle innings. It's just been impressive to see their growth. But on the other side, you got an 11-3 squad that is seasoned for a young team.
Extremely, and there's not a starter on the McMichael lineup that hits under 300. And right now, as a team, they are hitting 358. So very impressive.
You think we could sign them up for our Mets and Tigers? They could use some hitters like that in the lineup.
Yeah, we could definitely use some bats in the Mets lineup. They're starting off like the Mets do, and what can I say about that?
Without further ado, let's get to our interview with Clark Erskine, the coach of the McMichael Phoenix. I'm not sure it's going through. Here we go. Ramey of Roco Radio here with Coach Clark Erskine of the McMichael Fighting Phoenix. Coach Erskine, who will be taking the mound tonight against the Morehead Panthers?
Easton Tillman, our lefty junior, will be pitching tonight.
What do you want to see from him?
In the zone, same thing as Eli, but yeah, if he can just keep it in the zone and throw 2 pitches for strikes, and he's pretty tough.
What is different in a game coming into it about playing a rivalry team like Morehead, or do you try to treat every game the same?
Yeah, we try to treat all the conference games the same. We know they're a good team, we're a good team, so we know whoever executes the best is going to win the ball game. So, yeah, we treat it the same way.
Is there any part of you that wants to win a little bit more playing a team from Eden?
Oh my gosh. No, not really. I mean, other than the fact it's a conference game, it doesn't mean any more, any less than playing Rockingham or Reedsville or West Stokes or South Stokes. Well, South Stokes is a non-conference, but no, it's all the same thing.
Team has started off very hot, 11-3, I believe, so far. What do you think is the number one reason for this early success?
Doing the basic things right and minimizing mistakes. This group's done a good job of, battling through mistakes. So we made our fair share of mistakes, but they minimized them, and then this group just never give in.
Probably hard to find, but what would one thing to improve on be if you had to choose?
Gosh, that's a good question. If you'd have asked me after this game or that game, it'd probably change every game. But, we have 5 goals every game. So I'll tell you what those 5 goals are. Those 5 goals every game are, we got 2 outs, right? We're looking for 70% strikes. We're looking for 3 1-2-3 innings. We're looking for 14 or more quality ABs. We're looking to strike out 4 or less times. And we're looking to make 1 or less errors defensively. So, at some point in every game, you're like, man, I wish we would fix this or fix that or fix this or fix that. But, we've kind of jumped around the horn on that goal sheet. But, when we do 3 or 4 of those things, we're really hard to beat.
And finally, Coach, Jonathan Hatley usually gives his keys to the game that would result in a win for a certain team. If you had to pick one key to the game that you think would secure the victory tonight, what would that be?
Throw strikes, have tough at-bats.
All right, thank you so much, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys, initial thoughts?
Coach, right to the point. He's got the point's correct. Throw strikes, you win this game. To make the plays on the defensive side that you have to make in high school baseball, more times than not, the team that makes less defensive mistakes is the team that wins.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, and that was the story in the Walkertown game last week. McMichael made 1 defensive error the whole night, and they come out with a 3-0 victory. Hit the ball well and only walked 1 batter, so they were throwing strikes. That's the recipe for success at the high school level.
I know we got one more interview to get to, but I'm ready to start an argument here on Roco Radio.
Oh no!
Best local uniforms. Do they go to the McMichael home uniforms in our county?
I haven't seen all of them.
Okay, well, this is definitely in the running for me. The baby blue with the yellow and the pinstripes, the Rock jerseys that are all white at home with the white helmets for Rockingham County. I like the pinstripes with more. I guess the answer is I like them all.
McMichael's wearing their white jerseys. It's got these Columbia blue pinstripes, Columbia blue numbers, Phoenix written across the front with gold lining on that, Columbia blue socks, and then they've got those white caps. I think they've got the royal blue M. I can't really see it from here.
Yep.
I think it's the one in Joe Dexter's favorite font as a Detroit Tigers fan, the Collins Old Regular English M right there.
The Old English M. Morehead will be in their black uniforms with red pinstripes, with Panthers across the chest, red numbering and lettering with white trim around the numbering and lettering.
And let's go ahead and get to the interview with coach of the Morehead Panthers, Caleb Houchins. He responds to, no, he didn't. He didn't respond. They have no clue what the other coach said. I'm Jay Ramey of Roco Radio here on the Two Rivers Plaza Kooler Ice pregame show with coach of the Morehead Panthers, Caleb Houchins. Coach Houchins, who's taking the mound tonight for the Morehead Panthers?
Ben Wade will be on the mound tonight. He had a little injury scare against Rockingham the other night, but he bounced back, and he's ready to go. He's ready to go. I'm ready to watch him go out there and do his thing.
So he's feeling good?
Absolutely. He's feeling good. He's ready to roll.
What do you want to see out of him?
I want to see him compete, throw strikes, trust his defense, limit the walks, and just stay ahead in the count. Don't get behind the count. Stay ahead in the count and pitch to contact. That's what I want to see.
Morehead's record doesn't really show the full story. Early schedule has been extremely tough. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing down the stretch?
I think it's a great thing. We're not playing no cupcakes. We're playing teams that have aspirations to make deep runs in the playoffs, because this young group I have, they need to see what good quality baseball is so they can learn from that and we can get better as the season progresses.
Pretty high up there still in the Mid-State 2A, though. What do you think you need to do to keep your high spot up there?
We need to continue to stack quality days back to back. That starts in practice and it translates to the game. I have good quality leadership in my seniors. My two seniors, Tanner Rippey and Ethan Horton, they're starting to buy in and commit themselves to doing the little things that translates to these underclassmen, and it's starting to pay off a little bit. We got a tough test tonight. Clark Erskine does a great job here at McMichael. I'm excited to watch our guys compete against McMichael tonight.
You've got some guys on some hot streaks coming into this. Could you tell us about a couple of them?
Yeah, Tanner Rippey. He is mashing the baseball right now. So is Judson Freeze and so is Jacob Sands. Those guys are really buying into our approach. They're really taking quality hacks in practice, and man, it starts in practice. If you're not doing quality reps in practice, you're not going to have anything in the game. And what they're doing in practice is starting to translate to the game. And I'm so proud of those guys, and their hard work is paying off.
All right, that was Caleb Houchins on the Two Rivers Plaza Kooler Ice pregame show. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Initial thoughts on that?
Well, you highlighted and we highlighted their tough conference or their tough schedule to this point at 6 and 7. I just want to highlight a little bit. Northeast Guilford, they've got a win over them 5-0. They've got just one loss in the Mid-State 3A. Southwest Guilford, a loss to them. They've won 11 games so far this year. Trinity, a loss to them. They've won 9. Person has won 10. Northern Guilford is always tough. They're 9-4 on the season. That's just a non-conference slate. Then they got them 2 matchups with Walkertown where they split 1-1. They've faced Rockingham County twice, who's in the top 10 in the 2A West RPI standings. And then you throw in Reedsville in the mix as well. So, I mean, they are battle-tested, and it's what builds better teams. It's what builds young players into varsity players. And at this point of the season, we're going to start saying that these freshmen that have showed up, they're now not necessarily freshmen anymore. The sophomores, they've kind of graduated to that varsity level. You still want to see more from them, but what we're seeing is their talent bloom into a varsity player.
Exactly right.
Yeah, both teams, young teams. McMichael's pretty junior and sophomore heavy. The Morehead squad is freshman and sophomore heavy, and a lot of players on both teams playing above the level of their class year for the average player, and that's carried over. It's made their teams better, and it's won them games.
Let's just talk about the manager. I like to say I hate the word coaches in baseball. I'm a skipper and manager guy. Our managers in Rockingham County, you got Clark here, who's done a great job here throughout the years and then coming back. You've got Caleb, who has over 50 wins with Morehead. You have Coach Apple, who's approaching the 50-win mark in his 3rd season. Caleb also in his 3rd season, I believe. You got Coach Elrod in Reedsville, who's got experience coaching baseball for years and is doing a great job rebuilding Reedsville and getting them where they want to be. We're in a good spot in Rockingham County for softball. We're in a good spot for baseball, and it's all because of the leadership.
You're exactly right. There's a ton of coaching. Oh, wait, no. Managing talent in the county.
Skipper, manager. Yeah.
Skipping talent. There's a ton of skipping talents in the county.
I would put our managers and our entire coaching staffs in this county up against any coaching staff and any manager and any group of managers in any county in the state.
That's
from
what
top
makes,
to bottom.
That's what makes these matchups so good too in the county rivalry matchups.
And a lot of the times,
the talent, of course, too. But.
We've alluded to this, though. It does come down to the fundamentals. You see a lot of drop fly balls, a lot of, just careless errors, and the coach helps root out those problems, and that leads to more wins.
We just saw that in the JV game, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. It ended on an error. Kid lays down a bunt with a runner at third, safety squeeze play, and the throw goes over the first baseman's head. That's a fundamental error that at the end of a game you can't afford, but, that's also junior varsity. And that's where you're learning not to make those errors.
All right, I'm going to make an argument here, too, that might be controversial. We talk about baseball all the time. As sports fans, the hardest thing to do is to hit a baseball. I think defense in baseball is one of the most underrated talent skills in all of sport. When you look at what you have to do defensively to be good and to stay at a high level, it's asking a lot, especially at certain positions. Maybe I'm a little bit off. It might be harder to play safety in the NFL. I don't know, but I feel like as far as consistency, baseball defensive-wise doesn't get talked about enough.
It may not get talked about enough. I don't think that having a poor defense on the MLB is akin to having just an awful defensive line.
That's fair, yeah.
I think that I would probably give the edge to football and basketball when it comes to defense. But, yeah, baseball is definitely important, and it's overlooked, especially at this level. I mean, talking about MLB, they're not going to drop it unless you're Aaron Judge in the World Series.
Ooh, ouch.
I'm sorry. But
the difference with baseball and with basketball and football are so demanding physically.
Yes.
But all the demand in baseball is the mental demand.
Yep.
You've got to know where to go with that ball once you catch it.
You got to know where to go before the ball is even hit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you've got to run every scenario in your head out there between every pitch. If this ball gets hit to me, where am I throwing it?
But in basketball, like if you steal the ball, you're on offense immediately. Football, you're worried about a dude who's 300 pounds barreling through you.
Yeah, but if you're a center fielder and a ball is smoked over your head and you turn your shoulder and you make the catch or you don't, that's the difference between no runs scored in certain situations and 3 runs scored.
Exactly.
So it's a different type of pressure, but it's there.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not.
I hear you. You. I agree.
I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's probably not as important as basketball and football, but that doesn't make it not important.
That's true.
Well, you've also got a lot more opportunities at offense in basketball and football.
Right.
You're trading possessions where
True.
in baseball you've got 21 outs to produce, at least at the high school level, 27 in the pros. But you've got those 27 outs that you have to produce more runs than the other team.
Yeah, in basketball, because I'm not a good basketball player, if I turn it over 3 times, well, I'm not a good basketball player, so this argument doesn't work, but I might be able to get some points on the other side of the floor to make up for it, or get a steal to make up for it. If I'm a catcher behind the plate and I have 3 pass balls in a row, there's a very good chance I'm out of the game.
Yeah. So the errors are more detrimental, but they're also more rare. So it just depends.
There we go. We started the debate show right here on the Roadco Radio pregame show.
Me and Joe Dexter, every time we're together, we argue about something. Looking at Morehead's starting lineup tonight, Zachary Grogan, who is the first baseman, will be leading off. Up next, Jacob Sands, who will be playing at second. Judson Freese will be behind the plate. Tanner Rippey up next in the 4-hole will be third baseman. Donovan will be the shortstop. Then you've got Ben Wade pitching tonight. He'll be number 6.
Michael and Stephanie Sands in the comments saying Morehead home jerseys are better. You know what? I kind of forgot about those jerseys. Those are slick.
I've never seen
them.
They are. Batting 7th will be Jackson Silvers. 8th, Aiden Haygood. And then 9th, it'll be Ethan Horton. Horton will be in left field. Jackson Silvers will be in center. And Haygood will be DHing for Mason Atkins, who will be the right fielder.
This Morehead defense, as they start and take field, that struggled early. I believe they had an 80% fielding percentage at one point, but they've really gotten better over the last few weeks. When you have a young team, you got to kind of find out where everybody's going to fit in. And the one thing about this defense, despite those struggles, is they're versatile. You can see Ben Wade on the mound. You can see him at shortstop. We saw him at center field against Rockingham. And you can say that about several guys in this infield and outfield. You can move them around. I mean, we've seen Jackson Silvers, I feel like, at every single position in Jacob's hands. You've seen Judson Freeze one day play behind the plate, the next day he's in the infield. So they're definitely versatile defensively.
Looking at McMichael's lineup, Easton Tillman will be the pitcher, and he will be leading off for the Fighting Phoenix. Jack Rogers up next. He's the catcher. So we've got 1-2-3, 1-2-3, as Brady Dunn will be on first base. Then Grayson Shelton will be playing at short, and he will be batting fourth. Eli Gann, who we've seen pitching some games, will be over in left field and batting fifth. Next up after him will be Colin Mitchell in center. Jackson Hall follows him at 7. He will be second baseman. Then Andrew Lovelace will be the third baseman. He'll be batting 8th, and then batting 9th, Peyton Goins will be DHing for Dax Acord, who will be the right fielder.
What I'm looking for from these guys defensively, and you guys have seen them way more than me, but I'm looking forward to seeing the outfield unit with Gann in left, and with Mitchell in center, and with the Cord in right. I know those guys have plenty of speed, especially Cord.
Yeah, Accord is a speedster out and right, and Colin Mitchell, Lord, when he throws it in from the outfield, it looks like it's been shot out of a cannon.
Those are some of the best defensive plays, the outfield assist.
Again, a beautiful day here at Mike Dalton Field. Be about 64 degrees, partly cloudy. Some more clouds will roll in, but it's mostly sunny right now. 3-mile-per-hour winds. We've had some really rough winds in the games we've been covering, so it's good to see them die down a little bit.
Hey, while we got some time, a shout out to the #1 team in the 2A West softball RPI rankings, the McMichael Fighting Phoenix. They're fighting, not hitting home runs. That's what they're doing on the field. Oh my goodness, 28 bombs on the season. They're having a great start to the year. It's been fun to follow them. We look forward to hitting the softball diamond and covering McMichael a bit more as the season continues, and more softball action as well.
A lot of talent in this county wherever you look. Around the county tonight, softball doubleheader at Smith over in Greensboro. Rockingham softball 9-1 will be playing Smith, who is 1-6, and then in baseball, Rockingham County, who is 12-1, will be playing at Dudley, who is 7-4. So got some Rockingham versus Greensboro going on.
That Rockingham County game is probably one of the 2 or 3 series inside that Mid-State 3A conference that might have some challenge for Rockingham County, who's won 11 straight.
The baseball one?
Yeah, the baseball one. 12-1. The Dudley's picked it up in conference play. They started off slow, but also just glad to see that they were able to play home games at Dudley High School with the field condition the way it was, and how the community came together to build that back up and get it into a condition that is playable. So that glad that they get to play at home. But some tough series coming up for the Cougars inside the Mid-State 3A. Well, as tough as it can be in the conference, with Rockingham County showing that they're the top team in the Mid-State 3A. Thus far, Northeast Guilford has something to say about it with just 1 loss, but just what we've seen, Rockingham County stands out.
Yeah, and I said at the beginning of the season that Atkins may be able to compete with Rockingham County, and they absolutely got trashed by them. And Northeast Guilford were going to be their 2 main competitors for the conference crown.
What the offense has done and the pitching for Rockingham County has been impressive. The player that sticks out to me the most is Hudson Deal. What he's doing on the mound, the reigning Mid-State 3A Player of the Year, and what he's doing at the plate. The dude has 50 plate appearances going into today with just 2 strikeouts.
Wow, that is insane.
That's hitting the contact. That's not going up there swinging for the fences every swing like you see so many of these major leaguers do when you got guys that have struck out 16 out of their 19 at-bats this season.
Oh, boy.
8 of them are in the Mets lineup.
That's about the truth. That's all right. Pete's going out there and hit bombs.
But, on our intro, you hear about Hudson Deal's home run. He's not swinging for the fences, but it's not because he can't.
Right, exactly. I mean, he leads the team in home runs with 3, but it's every plate appearance, every pitch matters to him, and that's the difference. He's just as comfortable getting a walk as he is using his power to his advantage, and that's because all he cares about is the team aspect of offense. All he cares about is advancing to the next man, however he does that, and that's why he only has those 2 strikeouts. It's been impressive to watch, and we have several selective hitters across the county on the baseball diamond, and a couple of them are on that Rockingham County team.
Yeah, and we're going to see one of them tonight in Easton Tillman leading off for the Phoenix, hitting .522 right now. I mean, an above 500 batting average is just absolutely crazy, especially through
And he's a pitcher tonight,
14 games.
It's just crazy.
Here's the good news. If somehow by pomp and circumstance that Easton Tillman gets in a situation where he hits a walk-off again, if Jake croaks out, I'm here. I can in case.
But no, you can't. Thank you guys for listening in to the Two Rivers Plaza Kooler Ice pregame show. Rockingham County's premier location for exceptional small businesses is Two Rivers Plaza, located at 307 West Meadow Road in Eden. Visit the wonderful small businesses there today. Two Rivers Plaza, your premier source for small business services. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that is ready when you are? Kooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza and Maid and 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. Visit our local Kooler Ice dispenser at Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reedsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reedsville at 1509 South Scale Street. Or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice, great tasting fresh ice 24/7 at all 4 locations. 16 pounds or 32 pounds plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Kooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are.
Your name if you'll make your way out to the first base line.
And we'll hand it over to Bob for the introductions.
Number 12, Caleb Ray. Number 14, Reed Chrisman. Number 34, Micah Davis. Leading off tonight and playing first base, number 22, Zachary Grogan. Batting second baseman number 10, Jacob Sands. Batting third and catching number 1, Judson Freeze. Batting fourth, third baseman number 23, Tanner Rippey. Batting fifth, shortstop number 4, Reese Donovan. Batting sixth and pitching number 2, Ben Wade. Batting seventh, center fielder number 11, Jackson Silvers. Batting eighth, the DH number 16, Hayden Haygood. He's hitting for right fielder number 5, Mason Atkins. And batting ninth, left fielder number 3, Ethan Horton. Panthers head coach Caleb Houchins, his assistants Micah Chrisman, Danny Houchins, David Steps, David Adkins, Tyler Shelton, and George Jacobs. And now, introducing your McMichael Phoenix baseball team. Number 3, Tyvon Dalton. Number 5, Quentin Joyner. Number 18, Lucas Smith. Number 19, Aaron Compton. Leading off and pitching tonight, number 12, Easton Tillman. Batting second, catcher number 15, Jack Rogers. Batting third, first baseman number 7, Brady Dunn. Batting fourth, shortstop number 4, Grayson Shelton. Batting fifth, left fielder number 8, Eli Gann. Batting sixth, center fielder number 6, Colin Mitchell. Batting seventh, second baseman number 10, Jackson Hall. Batting eighth, third baseman number 11, Andrew Lovelace. DHing tonight, number 14, Peyton Goins. He's hitting for the right fielder, number 2, Dax Accord. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask at this time that everyone please rise, take off your hats, and salute the flag for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this year Phoenix Baseball is continuing their theme night traditions by getting community involvement before games. Tonight is Wildcat Night. Tonight is a special night for the baseball program, school, and community. Tonight we honor these future Phoenix. The school is very lucky to have a strong athletic-minded community that supports the players and the baseball program. Wildcat players include Trafton Bowman, Will Spencer, Braden Barnes, Maddox Carter, Griffin Edwards, Josiah Horsley, Landis Locklear, Lucas Mabe, Aiden Martin Parrish, Michael McRickard, Liam Morris, Daniel Motzinger, Wyatt Owens, Bryson Roach, Jediah Tatum, Remy Trent, Bentley Tucker, Tanner Tucker, Maxton Bullens, Hayden Easter, Jacob Henderson, and Colton Baker. Tonight, the WRMS baseball players, accompanied by coaches B.B. Harris, Trey Baker, and Josh Schaefer, will be throwing out our first pitch. On 3, Wildcats. 1, 2, 3. Let's give them all a round of applause. We appreciate you and look forward to you joining the Blue Collar Boys soon.
Right here, let's go! Got to see a nice moment there. The future Fighting Phoenix throwing out the first through 11th pitch to the current McMichael Phoenix.
Yeah, I've never seen so many catchers on the field at one time. That's cool to see, though, the future of the program.
That's how you build a program. You started at the youth level, it carries up through the middle school level and then to the high school level.
McMichael heads out to the field. About 63 degrees here. 3-mile-per-hour winds, 5-mile-per-hour gusts, and it is partly cloudy
Ladies and gentlemen, if you
here in
can't
Madison
make the
Mayhem.
game tonight, or you know someone who can't, you can listen to Roco Radio. You can follow them on Facebook. They're on YouTube, or you can go to their website, rocoradio.com. That's ROCO Radio. They're going to be here tonight and tomorrow night. They'll probably be at Morehead Friday night, covering Rockingham County games, as many as 2 games tonight. rocoradio.com.
Special thanks to Bob for giving us a shout out. We greatly appreciate that.
Well, starting on the mound tonight for McMichael, you got Easton Tillman. He's thrown 22.2 innings this year, has a 2-1 record. He's given up 18 hits, 17 runs, 12 of them earned, has struck out 43 batters on the season, only walked 11, and comes in with a 3.71 ERA. He'll be met in the first inning by Morehead's Zachary Grogan, Jacob Sands, and Judson Freese.
And here we go.
Leading off for the Panthers, number 22.
McMichael versus Morehead going to get underway. Easton Tillman on the mound. Zachary Grogan steps into the box. He's a righty with a slightly open stance. First pitch is outside, just over that right-handed batter's box. So lefty versus lefty right here. And he hammers that one out, and it gets through second base into right center for a base hit. Zachary Grogan heads to first, bringing up Jacob Sands.
Sands comes in with a 343 batting average. Grogan was hitting 229 to start off his night before that base hit raised his average.
Sands steps into the right-handed batter's box. Even stance as Tillman glances back at first base, where Grogan has the lead. Bunt pulled back for ball 1. 1-0 count. No outs, and a runner on first for the Morehead Panthers in the top half of inning number 1. Tillman stays on the mound. Looks over at first and delivers. High fastball, 2-0 count. Sands steps back in. Pick off, and it is through. Zachary Grogan heads to second, and Grogan rounds second, heading for third. They finally get a hold on the ball as Grogan will get into third base standing up, so the pickoff attempt is unsuccessful, going right through the glove of Brady Dunn, and resulting in Grogan being on third base.
It's a runner at third. He's got a 2-0 count now.
Here's the pitch. Down the middle, fouled back into the softball field.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the third base dugout. Thank you.
2-1 count now for Sands. Runner on third base is Grogan. That pitch, breaking ball, is a ball. 3-1 count now. Tillman delivers, swing and a miss. And that'll load up the count, 3-2. Payoff pitch, Grogan on third. And no outs on the board. Big moment here for Easton Tillman early in the game. delivers, and it is in the dirt. That'll put runners on the corners as Judson Freese
Now batting number 1.
will head to the plate.
Judson Freese.
Freese comes into the game hitting .382. And has 11 RBIs on the season.
I believe that's tied for first with Jacob Sands. Showing bunt immediately. Pulled it back out of the zone for a 1-0 count.
Tillman's leaving his pitches a little bit high right now.
Tillman looks at first. Back to the catcher. And delivers. That one's high for a 2-0 count now. Tillman has just got to find that zone. Two count, Grogan on third, Sands on first, and Freese at the plate. He's been
Almost
hot
on
as of
top
late.
it with that back foot.
Shows bunt, and has to pull it back as it is very close to his body to make it a 3-0 count. Freese steps in, 3-0 count, runners on third and first, and a chance to either knock someone in or load the bases as it is high, and that will load the bases. A 4-pitch walk as Freese heads to first, Sands heads to second, and Grogan stays put on third base. No outs here in the top half of the first inning as Tanner Rippey will come to the plate.
Rippey comes in hitting .324 with 8 RBIs, has also hit 1 homer on the season.
Here's the right-hander. Powers that one out here. He put a sledgehammer on it. It is deep, deep. It bounces off the wall and back. Rounding third, heading for home. Multiple runners score. And that'll be a 2 RBI double. Bounced off the wall. Chance for a grand slam, but they are starting this game off right. Now Rippey is on second. Freese is on third. Sands and Grogan score. And they have no outs up against their county rivals in the McMichael Phoenix.
Coach Erskine's going to make a visit to the mound already.
Can you imagine being Rippey right now, though? It bounced off the wall.
It was a good hit. You know, he bounced it off the 345 sign out there in left center. And, you know, another 3 feet of carry, it'd have been over it. But, you know, you'll take the 2 RBI double.
Oh, definitely.
The senior's been on a tear. I mean, he hit that home run against Walkertown. The
Now
difference in that
batting
one.
number 4, Reese
Almost got
Donovan.
that one out there in left center.
Reese Donovan will step into the right-handed batter's box with a runner on second and third. No outs, and the Morehead Panthers up 2-0 very early here at Mike Dalton Field. Easton Tillman puts it high for a 1-0 count.
Donovan comes in hitting .321 and has 5 RBIs on the season.
Tillman, the southpaw. Ooh, breaking ball. And
Did it clip
he
him?
tried to say it clipped his head.
It did.
They'll send him to first. That'll load the bases once again. Reese Donovan on the HBP heads to first. So now Judson Freese is on third, Tanner Rippey on second, Reese Donovan on first. 2 runs scored. Ben Wade will come up to the plate. Jackson Silvers will be on deck, and Aiden Haygood will be in the hole.
Wade, a .292 hitter, has 6 RBIs on the season.
Now batting number 2, Ben Wade.
And his on base percentage is .575 coming into this game.
Wade, slightly open stance. First pitch, rifled in there for a strike. 0-1 count. Wade shows bunt, and he lays it high, and the grab is made by Tillman. Tillman off the mound, and he gets the force out at second. So a double play. I believe it was a 1-6.
It was.
Great awareness there by Tillman to get it over to his
Now batting
shortstop,
number 11, Jackson Silver.
Grayson Shelton, and put 2 outs on the board. I mean, if he drops that, maybe you get the lead runner, but that's still bases loaded.
Yep, Silvers comes in hitting .250 and 4 RBIs.
Silvers, the right-hander, has runners on the corners, 2 outs and a 2-0 lead as that one goes just above the zone to make it a 1-0 count. Time called. Unclear what for.
They're going to put a courtesy runner at third for Freeze, the catcher. And it's going to be Brandon Rubio.
So Rubio heads to third.
Rubio.
Silvers. Swing through. No, he didn't. Just caught it in time to make it a 2-0 count. Swung on.
Yep.
They'll count it.
Didn't get that one checked.
2-1 count now. Hitters count still, though. Silvers takes it inside. Good eye there for a 3-1 extended hitters count. Runners on third and first and a 2-0 lead, but there are 2 outs on the board for these Morehead Panthers in the top half of the first inning. Takes it inside as stealing second, uncontested will be Donovan. Donovan on second, Rubio the courtesy runner on third, and Silvers at the plate with a full count. Silvers swings and misses. Easton Tillman gets out of a jam. 2 runners score. But, you know, that's best case scenario. When you see the ball, you know, racing toward that wall, bounced off, 2 runs scored. It wasn't a grand slam. And then making that great play, Tillman grabbing Ben Wade's bunt attempt, throwing it back to second, getting the second out, and then striking out that last batter, Jackson Silvers. Tillman does a fantastic job right there.
Any unsportsmanlike conduct will not be tolerated and will be means for removal from the game. Let's all enjoy.
Rockingham County's premier location for exceptional small businesses is Two Rivers Plaza at 307 West Meadow Road in Eden. Visit the wonderful small businesses there today. Two Rivers Plaza, your premier source for small business services.
Well, it took Easton Tillman 23 pitches to retire the Morehead Panthers. He gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and the Panthers left 2 on base.
To your point, Jay, that was a bases loaded situation with nobody out, and for McMichael to get out of that with just giving up 2 runs.
I mean, wow.
It keeps it a game.
That's stepping up after a tough start. That's majorly stepping up if you can manage to only give up 2.
But then to Morehead, credit them to be patient at the plate to start things off in that half inning, and then when they saw the pitch they liked, they were driving it.
I was talking to Taylor Lugers, one of the assistant coaches, after Easton Tillman hit his walk-off, and he said he wasn't even surprised because Tillman has ice in his veins. Tillman obviously very mentally tough to get out of that situation right there.
Now we'll get to see what Ben Wade does, the ace of the Morehead staff.
And he'll get to do it against Tillman.
He's been consistent on the mound throughout the season.
Well, he's better than his 1-4 record shows and his 5.06 ERA. He's pitched 18 innings, give up 28 hits, 29 runs, 13 earned, 11 walks and 20 strikeouts, and has a 3.08 batting average against.
Revenge opportunity for Ben Wade as Easton Tillman forced Wade. Wade was on the receiving end of Tillman's great double play turn there. He's going to want to put him away here.
Yeah, popped up that bunt attempt, and, you know, that's one of the cardinal rules that they teach you starting in youth ball is when you put a bunt, when you square around a bunt, you've got to get it on the ground.
How about the crowd here tonight? Home side, filled out.
That's the way it always is over here at McMichael.
Wayside pretty full as well.
They can stay home and listen to us. Somebody tell them. Oh, wait, Bob already did.
Well, the Phoenix will lead off with Easton Tillman, Jack Rogers, and Brady Dunn due up in the bottom half of the first.
Phoenix, number 12, Easton Tillman.
Tillman comes into this game hitting .522 and with a .625, or excuse me, a .577 on base percentage.
Bottom half of the first inning, Tillman steps in. Open stance in the right-handed batter's box. Or left-handed batter's box, excuse me.
Ball called low.
1-0 count. Taps the plate. Powers that one out there, deep into left center, and it'll drop. Tillman rounds first, heads for second, and he is going to get in there standing up. The starting pitcher for tonight's McMichael Phoenix gets a leadoff stand-up double.
Now batting for the Phoenix, number
Into left center.
15, Jack Rogers.
Catcher Jack Rogers following up a .353 hitter. Rogers comes in with 6 RBIs and hits .364 with runners in scoring position.
Tillman on second base. No outs, and a 2-0 lead for the Morehead Panthers as McMichael tries to make up some ground in the bottom half of the first inning. Jack Rogers in the right-handed batter's box with an even stance. Shows bunt, and, I mean, it connected with the bat. Almost went into the dugout of McMichael. 0-1.
Tells you a lot of perception behind this camera lens. I thought that was coming back at Jay.
No, that's just eyesight issues. Rogers showing bunt again. Pulls it back and takes the breaking ball just outside. 1-1 count.
Freeze tried to pull it back into the zone.
Showing bunt again. Pulls it back. 2-1 count now.
Miss that one outside a little bit. Not by much.
Tillman played closely at second base by the shortstop. Donovan doesn't want to let him get away. Here's Ben Wade on the mound. Delivers the pitch, and it is popped up sky high and out of play.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the home dugout. Thank you.
I thought that was coming at me through the lens that time.
I mean, over your head, but
Okay,
well
good.
over your head.
You guys got me protected, right?
No.
Oh.
I'll stand up to knock a ball away from him hitting you at least.
I'll stop
Thank
you
you.
from doing that, Hadley. Ooh.
Speaking of hit,
Jack Rogers just got nailed with a pitch, so he'll head to first. Rogers on first, Tillman on second. Brady
Coming to the
Dunn
plate.
comes up to the plate.
Number 7, Brady Dunn.
Dunn, a .417 hitter with 14 RBIs and hits .429 with runners in scoring position.
Coming in to run for Jack Rogers, number 5, Quentin Joyner.
Quentin Joyner takes Rogers' place at first base. Brady Dunn, the first baseman, will step in to the right-handed batter's box. Runners on first and second, no outs, down 2 runs to McMichael Phoenix as Dunn shows bunt. Pulls back the Louisville Slugger.
Brings up a good question. If you're a Yankee with a torpedo bat, does that affect your bunting?
I hadn't seen them trying to lay one down. They've been parking too many.
1-0 count as he shows bunt once again. Pulls it back, and it is in the zone for a strike, so a 1-1 count. Ben Wade steps back onto the dirt. Dunn takes it outside. 2-1 hitters count now. Dunn. Takes it way high. Bounced off the shoulder of the umpire as the runners advanced.
That's a first.
To third and second. Bounces out of the catcher's glove and on to the shoulder of the
rolls
umpire.
down the umpire's back.
That was incredible. That was like a magic trick. 3-1 count now. 2 runners in scoring position and a 2-0 lead for the Morehead Panthers, but McMichael is just 2 runs away. Dunn steps out.
Plate umpire takes time out.
Joyner on second, Tillman on third, as Dunn puts that one in the air, and it'll go out of play.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the home dugout. Thank you.
So now a 3-2 count. Count loaded up. Once again, Joyner is at second, and Tillman is at third. No outs on the board for the McMichael Phoenix as Brady Dunn looks for the payoff pitch from Ben Wade. Wade delivers. It'll break. It's sent out into left center. It is caught by the center fielder, but racing home will be Easton Tillman. That ball goes past the third baseman, and Joyner heads to third. So a nice sacrifice fly out to Jackson Silvers in center field will cut this deficit in half, making it a 2-1 ball game with just 1 out
number 4,
in the bottom half of the first inning.
Shelton.
Does it get beautiful, more beautiful than that swing?
Oh, it was pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Grayson Shelton will step up, hitting .333. Leads the team in RBIs with 18 and hits .464 with runners in scoring position.
Shelton swings and misses on the first one. Big cut on that.
Going back to that last at-bat, that's commanding your at-bat. Getting up ahead with 3 balls in the count, you force the pitcher to throw it where you want it.
Joyner sits on third. Thinks about a bunt, leaves it there, and that's a strike. 0-2 now with 1 down for Grayson Shelton. Eli Gann in the on-deck circle. Ooh,
Nice
put some
pitch.
heat on that one, but it missed the zone. 1-2 count. The famed pitcher's count has been Wade. Prepares for pitch number 4 of the at-bat. That one is fouled off toward the Morehead dugout.
When you've got good command over your pitches and you're hitting your spots, every count's a pitcher's count.
That's not true.
That was poetry.
If you're in a 3-0 count, you don't have command over your pitch.
I think I'd put that on a wall in my house.
Oh, I'll throw a 3-0 change up. I don't care.
Yeah, but you're not. Just never mind. That one goes way high. Over the umpire's left shoulder.
Over the last sports year, how many never minds have you gotten from the kid?
Several.
I mean, it's just such a stupid concept. Every count is a pitcher's count. What about 4-0? No. That one's way outside.
Well, you know what happens at 4-0, Jay? You get a new batter.
Oh, that's true.
And Shelton's gone from 0-2 and worked it full.
Joyner gets a lead on third. One down as he will send that one way out there, put some power behind it, but it fouls.
Out of play.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the third base dugout. Thank you.
For those of you out there in radio land, if a foul ball lands on your front porch, please bring it to the third base dugout.
Radio land. That's where we should say our listeners live. I like that. Kind of like Candyland. That one is low, and it walks him.
My favorite broadcaster, Ernie Hardwell, who broadcasted for the Tigers for many years, is in the Hall of Fame. When a foul ball was hit, he would just make up a city name that somebody caught it from. A fan from Walla Walla, Michigan makes a play out in foul territory. We could start saying, a fan on River Road.
Can we steal that from him?
Yeah, a fan on River Road.
Melita Hatley just made the grab.
Gann, a .333 hitter, will step up. He has 8 RBIs, hitting .250 with runners in scoring position.
Grayson Shelton on first base. Quentin Joyner, the pinch runner, is on third. So runners on the corners, 2-1 lead for the Morehead Panthers. They're trying to hang on to it for dear life here in the bottom half of the first inning with one down. Ben Wade on the mound. Delivers the first pitch of the at-bat, breaking ball, and they will they'll let Grayson Shelton go to second base for free. He decided to slide anyways, but
Well, you don't know there's no throw coming. You slide.
you know, I would slide just for fun. I would slide to first base on a walk.
And you'd go on the DL.
Eli Gann fouls that one back.
Just like old Colton Cowser with the Baltimore Orioles. Bob and I were just talking about that before
the game. Slides head first into first and, jammed his thumb or something?
Mm-hmm.
So an 0-2 count for Gann. 2 runners in scoring position, though, down by just 1 run. Gann, that one is a bounce pass into Judson Freese's chest to make it a 1-2 count.
Who am I kidding, though? I'd trip up before I even got to first base. I wouldn't have a chance to slide.
That's why baseball should be allowed to be played in any weather conditions.
Can you run to first in a wrestling stance?
I would assume
Bear
so.
crawl.
Breaking ball, punches him out. So that brings Morehead up to 2 outs. And a big opportunity for Ben Wade to escape from this one, from this inning with the lead.
Number 6,
The best part of that
Mitchell.
is I said that a little too late in the broadcast, but for those of you that are listening in, I plan on doing video highlights. That video highlight of that strikeout will be me saying in the background, can you do a wrestling stance to first base?
You can mute it.
Mitchell, a .344 hitter with 8 RBIs, hits .385 with runners in scoring position.
That was Jay's nice way of saying you should mute it.
Yep. Subconsciously, though. Infield meeting with Ben Wade. More of a half of the infield meeting with Ben Wade.
And Clark Erskine meeting with Colin Mitchell.
It was an exclusive first base side of the infield meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Just a special invite.
Well, looks like they're shading,
rumor has it Donovan and
looks like
Rippey feel
shading
very left
Mitchell
out.
Right.
Rumors spread so fast.
Nasty hook. Strike 1.
0-1 count now. Quentin Joyner on third base, Grayson Shelton on second, and Colin Mitchell trying to make it count. Morehead 2 runs, McMichael 1, as that one is deep inside for a strike. 2?
Yep, backdoored the inside corner with that breaking ball.
That bender is something else.
Yeah, he's got a lot of lateral on that hook.
Pitcher's count, which refers to a 1-2, if you agree with Hatley. That one, almost grazed the bottom of the zone, but didn't. So 2-2 count, 2 outs, and a 2-1 lead for the Morehead Panthers. Ben Wade to deliver the pitch to Colin Mitchell. Righty versus righty right here. 5th pitch of the at-bat. 2 runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss. That'll send us to inning number 2. 2 runners left in scoring position. First inning, both teams kind of mirrored each other in leaving some runners on the bag. Pitcher's doing a great job mentally. And it's now a 2-1 lead for the Morehead Panthers.
That's a perfect example on the mound for Wade of going to what you're comfortable with, what you have command with. Sometimes it's the hook you got command with. I think he threw 4 straight curveballs there in that at-bat to get out of there and head into the top half of the second.
Well, that 1-2, he went low and away with the fastball, so he did mix that in there.
That's true.
Phoenix Baseball would like to thank our following sponsors.
It took Wade 30 pitches to retire the Phoenix in the bottom of the first. They had 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and left 2 on.
Shock and All Construction, LLC. Flynn Furniture, Bar Construction, Ray Farms, Rockingham Battery Supply, Carolina and Virginia Well and Pump, Piedmont Loan and Land Management, Rogers Family in honor of Jack Rogers, Nicholson Fence Company, One Child's Voice, Jeff Mitchell's Home Improvement.
Sadly, what do you think Tillman needs to do in inning number 2?
He's going to have to find the zone, and he's going to have to bring his pitches down. He was hanging most of his pitches up around the waist or higher, and he has got to find the bottom of the zone, and he's got to get it in between the inner and outer thirds, because working the corners and leaving it up is not working so far.
Here we go, inning number 2.
Leading off for the Panthers, number 16, Hayden Haygood.
Aiden Haygood, the designated hitter to lead off for the Panthers. Do not have a batting average on him.
Haygood takes that at the shins, inside for a 1-0 count. Haygood takes it high. So when you don't have a batting average, you just make one up. Go ahead, Hatley.
Haygood hitting .262 on the season.
Thank you, Joe. See, Hatley, you got to do that, man. Come on.
With a .455 OBP.
1,000 slugging.
Well, those don't add up, but
I feel like it's impossible, but it's also completely fake. So
calculating slugging percentage is complicated.
It's probably not that complicated. Way outside for a 3-0 count.
Yeah, you got to remember, Hatley, we went to public school. He goes to public school too, but he is an early college student. He knows.
No, I'm just saying. I feel like
He's
if I look up how do you calculate slugging percentage, and then it takes me to a website that I just punch in a few numbers and it does it immediately.
It's based on
that's fair.
Hits, extra base hits. You get extra points on your slugging percentage the more bases you get with the hit.
It's a power metric.
Yeah.
Put your mind to it, Hatman.
Oh, I could do it. I just don't have all the stats.
That one is low, and Haygood will get to jog to first base. Sometimes these players toss their bats like they are actually trying to hurt their teammates.
I was going to say he's hitting 1,000, but he's still hitting .000.
I feel like he does a spin move and just launches the bat.
Yep. Ethan Horton, 250 hitter, will come up.
Horton swings on that one, sends it out into left field, and it drops fair, dies on the field, and that will put runners on first and second for the Morehead Panthers.
Little dying quail single to get Horton on and advance Haygood to second.
Coming to the plate.
Now heading back to the top of the order with Zachary Grogan.
Grogan, 1-on-1 today, hit that ground ball past second baseman Jackson Hall in the first inning and later scored.
Open stance, shows bunt, pulls it back, close to his body for a 1-0 count. Runners on first and second, no outs, and a 2-1 lead for the Morehead Panthers. They're trying to tack on to it here in inning number 2.
I don't know if that was a purpose pitch or it got away from him, but that's that old school baseball. When they square around the bunt early, you throw it that lead hand.
Shows bunt again. It is outside, pulls it back, 2-0 count. Grogan, the port sider, will step back in. Shows bunt again, pulls it back again. 3-0 count now. And it is inside, pulls back another bunt, but not in time. That'll be a strike. So a 3-1 count now. Let's see if it happens again, Shows bunt, pulls it back.
It's pretty clear the pitching staff for McMichael is not going to give you a free bunt.
Shows bunt again, pulls it back, and he's walked. Now, I actually said that 2 seconds before the pitch even left his hand, and I was right.
Clairvoyant Jay.
Since they're radio, I can just lie to them.
Well,
that'll load the bases once again.
Yeah, bases loaded. Jacob Sands coming up.
We'll see a new pitcher.
Sands tied for the lead on the team in RBIs. 343 average, 432 on base, 486 slugging. He's got a triple on the season, one of 3 players on the team to have that. And he's got 3 doubles, which is third on the team.
And it looks like Tillman's going to go to center. And he's going to turn it over to Colin Mitchell.
Colin Mitchell was in center field.
Taking over on the mound for the Phoenix, number 6, Colin Mitchell. Moving to center field, number 12, Easton Tillman.
Thank you guys so much for listening in. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure to like and share this on Facebook. React to it. We've got about every reaction you can think of right now. You got the little hugging the heart thing, the laughter, the like, the love.
Nobody would laugh at us, would they really?
Well, I feel like we get more laughing at our stuff than we do likes on it. And it kind of, I don't know if that's a good thing.
Reaction is reaction is reaction is reaction. Don't matter. As long as we're
Are they
getting some
laughing
type
at
of
us or with
reaction.
us? They're laughing at you, Hadley.
long
That's
as
it.
That's probably exactly it.
Jacob Sands comes to the plate.
Because I will get out of pocket in a hurry.
You can laugh with us, but not against us.
I actually don't care. As long as you're laughing, you're happy. Go ahead.
I like that thought of life.
Right down the middle for a strike. Bases chock full of Panthers. 0-1 count. No outs on the board. Not a fun spot to be in if you're Colin Mitchell, as he sends that one just outside for a 1-1 count.
Yeah, tough spot to bring a kid in. Bases loaded, nobody out.
That one is sent through second base, and that'll score at least 1 run. Haygood comes in. Staying at third will be Ethan Horton, but that will keep the bases loaded and knock in a run for Jacob Sands, moving his RBI total up to 12 on the season. Grogan advances to second, Horton goes to third, and Haygood goes home.
That's going to bring up Judson Freeze. Walked in his first at bat, came into the game hitting .382.
Freeze steps out, steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Open stance. Takes that first one high for a 1-0 count.
And Freeze tied for the lead on the team with 11 RBIs.
Takes that one down the middle for a strike. 1-1 even count now as he steps back in to the left-handed batter's box. Fouls that one off. Down the third base line.
Good play there by Coach Houchins to knock it down.
Freeze. Will hammer that one, but it goes to second base. The 4-3 is complete, but that'll also score a run and advance runners to second and third. So that'll make it a 4-1 lead for the Morehead Panthers.
Now batting number 23.
Horton comes home. Grogan heads to third. Sands goes to second. And Rippey will come to the plate. So just one out on the board for the Morehead Panthers. And they're getting a chance to do what they couldn't do in the first, which is really unleash and capitalize on all the real estate they had on those bases.
And Rippey had that 2 RBI double in his first at bat.
Rippey takes that one high
See
for a
if Jerry
2-0
likes
count.
this one. He definitely ripped that first hit in his first at bat.
.3-0 count.
Silence, I'm guessing that's a no.
I'm about to mute you.
You're going to hear the eyes roll.
Ooh, right down the middle. Mitchell puts it there for a 3-1 count now.
Yeah, Coach had the stop sign on him with the swing there.
Outside.
Ooh, called
And they call a strike. Interesting.
Same spot, nearly just a little bit more off the plate.
Rippey
There's
takes
a
it
K.
down the middle for the inverted K.
You know why that's not kerosene? Because that was pure
Now batting
unleaded gasolina
number 4,
down the
Reese
plate.
Donovan.
Well, Mitchell's definitely the fireballer on this staff.
Sorry, Joe. It's taking me a minute. I'm trying.
Too much fumes? I
Uh,
get it. I understand.
Please stop. That one right down the middle for a strike. 2 outs, 4-1 lead for the Morehead Panthers. They've got runners on second and third. Here's the pitch, and he will send that one into right field, and it drops, but it drops into the glove of Dax Acord. So we head to the bottom half of inning number 2, 4-1 lead for the Morehead Panthers after Aiden Haygood and Ethan Horton tacked on 2 extra runs to increase their lead to 3. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that is ready when you are? Kooler Ice is county-wide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan, 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. Visit our local Kooler Ice dispenser at Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reedsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reedsville at 1509 South Scale Street, or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice. Great tasting fresh ice available 24/7 at all 4 locations. 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Kooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. See, and then Melita puts in there, I did a laugh at something one of you guys said. So she was laughing at us in her own words, not with us.
During their playing days at McMichael. Who were the 3 dads who also played baseball?
Well, Rockingham softball with a 15-0 win over Smith, and Rockingham baseball with a 13-1 victory over Dudley. So I'm glad we didn't go there.
First one to the press box. Would
have been rough.
Wins a prize.
Man, Bob comes with fire trivia here at Mike Dalton.
Do you know the answer? Because you could just, we're right near the press box. Just jump up there. Give him the answer.
I'm guessing a Dunn may be involved here. I don't know the answer, though. I look forward to finding out what it is.
I'm pretty sure I know 2 of them.
He said JV players involved, too.
Yeah, that's what's
What'd he
throwing
ask?
me. What 3 McMichael players have dads that played for the Phoenix also?
Some score updates.
Leading off for the
Rockingham
Phoenix,
leads Dudley
number
in
10,
baseball 13-1.
Jackson Hall.
I just said it and you didn't react, Hatley. What?
I knew that was going to happen.
Well, okay.
I thought you only said the softball score.
Holy
No, I said both.
303 average.
Poor
Said
kid.
that just right.
He's gonna.
6'3". Oh, nice job there.
He's got one that doesn't pay attention, and he's got another with a bad memory. Poor kid.
My goodness gracious. Melita's got my back in the comments. She should, at least.
Did you get the second score of the softball game?
I don't think they
Next
played
to
it yet.
Phoenix, number 11.
They're leading
Andrew
4-0.
Melita in the
Lovelace.
comments was what 3 players have fathers that also played for the Phoenix.
That pitch is above the plate for a strike. 0-1 count, 1 down, and a 4-1 lead for the Morehead Panthers, who are fielding right now.
Lovelace comes in a 316 hitter.
Oh, put some heat behind that one for a strike. Fouled it off of something.
I think it hit the umpire in the mask.
Rough day for him.
Has balls rolling down his back, foul balls hitting him in the face.
Lovelace takes it low.
I want you to mark that for the record, Jay.
What?
Hatley just showed compassion for an umpire.
That's so sweet, you know? It's just... Oh, bounce pass. And it'll go straight past him.
Now the catcher managed to protect him on that one.
Thank goodness. Oh! Hammers that one into deep left, but the grab is made. Ethan Horton with the grab. That was a fantastic smack on that.
Yeah, it was a hard hit ball. It just had eyeballs and went right to him. Goins will be the hitter now, a 313 average.
Now batting for the Phoenix, number 14, Peyton Goins.
So kind of the first defensive inning we've had, as Goins, the designated hitter, will step in as the number 9 batter. 2 down, empty bases, and the first pitch is a ball.
Yeah, that was down at the ankles.
1-0 count. That one is at the ankle of the catcher for a 2-0 count. Wade, who is questionable for today's game, steps back onto the mound.
Big Will in the comments. How's it going?
Somebody got
count
Big
now.
Will in the comments.
We have got Big Will in the comments.
Nice to see you, Big Will.
3-0 now to Goins.
That one will walk him. So Goins gets on base to send us back to the top of the lineup. Easton Tillman will come up to play.
Big Will in the comments brings up something in my mind. Could you imagine if Reidsville basketball, we broadcasted it at the pace of a baseball game?
Oh, God, how much would we miss? Easton Tillman hit a double and later scored in the first inning, hit a hard double to left center. Big Will, we're going to stay at it. As long as there's sports going on, we're going to be here.
Hatley would cover Tiddlywinks.
I don't know what that is, but I don't want to know.
Great game, Jay. Great game.
0-1 count. That one is in the dirt. Goins is going to try to get to second. He slides, and he is out of here. That'll send us to inning number 3. Peyton Goins, the ill-advised trip to second base. As we head to the third inning.
Trivia question.
All right, here we go with the trivia.
Jake Cardwell's father, Chris Cardwell, John Ray, Sam's dad, and Chris Thomas, Caden's dad, were all former Phoenix as well.
No, Joe, you really hyped up that trivia, and then you just didn't respond to it.
I know. Oh, I wish I would have brought a jacket. Kind of temperatures dropping here. Beautiful set for these final 5 innings. Lights are bright here at Mike Dalton Field. Two runs in the first, 2 in the second for visiting Morehead. They lead at 4-1.
Rockingham County's premier location for exceptional small businesses is Two Rivers Plaza at 307 West Meadow Road in Eden. Visit the wonderful small businesses there today. Two Rivers Plaza, your premier source for small business services.
Leading off number 2, Ben Wade.
Took Wade just 13 pitches to retire the Phoenix in that second inning.
Wade almost hit by that one. Has to jump away. Steps into the grass, then back into the dirt as he steps in to the left-handed batter's box. Once again inside for a 2-0 count now.
No, that was a called strike.
Oh.
Yeah, ump called that one a strike.
2-1. I think he got it right that time.
Wade popped up a bunt to the pitcher in his first at bat.
That one a called strike. So 2-2 now.
I mean, that was right down the inner third of the plate at the knees.
Outside for a 3-2 full count. So 5 pitches in. Ben Wade has not swung at a single one of them. Here comes the payoff pitch. Wade inside, didn't swing, and a called strikeout as he heads back to the dugout. Some emotion shown there as Jackson Silvers comes up to the plate.
Now batting number 11, Jackson
We can talk about the
Silvers.
strikeout, but what about the barehanded grab on the flip back to him after the K?
One 0 count.
That's 0-1.
1-1 count. A scoreboard. It's getting kind of wacky.
Watch for the umpire signal.
Okay. 1-2. Ooh, painted that corner. And that'll punch out the second batter in a row. Haygood will come up next.
Haygood walked and later scored in his first at bat.
16, Hayden Haygood.
Man, Mitchell's sequencing right now is throwing off the Morehead hitters, and the mixture of pitches, where he's putting it, it's looking good here in this half inning.
Outside for a 1-0 count.
You can tell he's comfortable out there.
I think the change in velocity threw off the bottom half of this order a little bit too.
Two one, two down, and nobody on base. That one in the dirt for a 3-1 count. So Max Preps is saying that Rockingham softball won 15-0 both times.
Okay.
Not a surprise
No,
at all.
well, no, specifically 15-0 is a surprise. I think they may have gotten it wrong.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Swing
they
and a
weren't
miss for
both
Haygood.
27-0, to be honest.
Why specifically 27? What about the number 27?
I don't know. It just sounds good to put up 9
Haygood
runs
sends
an
it,
inning for
and
3
it is
innings.
through. Shelton wasn't able to put his glove on it. Well, I'm trying to figure out if Max Preps messed it up.
I'll check for you.
Now batting number 3, Ethan
On Game
Horton.
Changer. Nope, both are 15-0 finals.
That one is high for a 1-0 count as Haygood walks back to first.
Horton singled to left on a little Texas leaguer over the third baseman and later scored in the second inning.
Oh! Almost hit him in the head as Haygood gets to stroll into second base. Horton swings and misses. Powerful swing, lost his balance. That'll make it a 2-1 count.
Yeah, turning those hands loose on 2-0, that's a great count to swing.
Once again, put some power behind it, but just isn't able to connect. And it's now an even 2-2 count with 2 down. Mitchell with a big opportunity here. Breaking ball, fouled off.
You know, a lot of young hitters think that you have to swing harder when the pitcher's throwing faster. You really don't. You just need to start your swing a little bit earlier.
Inside, swing and a miss, and that'll send him packing. We head to the bottom half of the third inning. 4 runs Morehead, 1 run McMichael. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that is ready when you are? Kooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Maiden, 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. Visit our local Kooler Ice dispenser at Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reedsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reedsville, located at 1509 South Scale Street, or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden, located at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice. Great tasting fresh ice available 24/7 at all 4 locations, 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Kooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are.
Well, the Phoenix will bring back up the top of the order to lead off the third. Tillman, Rogers, and Dunn. Took Mitchell 22 pitches to retire the Panthers in that top half of the third, but he earned 3 strikeouts to add to his total of 4 tonight.
Some other baseball scores: Bishop McGinnis over BCS 5-1. In the Mid-State 3A, a final, Northeast Guilford 9, Atkins 4 at home.
Yeah, the more I hear, the less faith that I have in Northeast Guilford to make it a game with Rockingham when they finally see them. All right, Tillman will lead off the inning. He doubled to left center and later scored.
Takes it a little bit high for a 1-0 count. Bottom half of the third inning. Morehead with 4 runs, McMichael with 1. 2-0 or 1-1 count now after the strike called. High arcing something there for a 2-1 count.
The breaking ball got away from him a little bit.
Sends that one popped up, and a nice hustle there by Ben Wade, charging over to the first base line and making the grab for the first out of the inning.
Sure is nice to have your everyday shortstop at pitcher sometimes, isn't it?
Oh yeah, he fielded that. He was probably the only one that was going to get to
Number 15,
it.
Jack Rogers.
Rogers was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. Made it to third, but was unable to come in.
Strike one.
Just buried it on that low outside corner. Good pitch from Wade.
Outside for a 1-1 count. Powers that one deep into left field, high arcing, and at the warning track, the grab will be made by Ethan Horton.
Rogers gave that one a pretty good ride, came up a little short. And that's going to bring up Brady Dunn. Hit a sacrifice fly for an RBI to center in his first at bat.
Dunn.
Here's the first baseman stepping in. Base is empty with 2 down in the bottom half of the third inning. Trying to cut into that 3-run deficit as he takes the first pitch for a ball. Or a strike, I mean. Dunn is hit by a pitch. He'll jog to first.
Now batting, number 4, Grayson Shelton.
Grayson Shelton in his first at bat got down 0-2 early and worked it back and managed to walk out of it. Got stranded at second in the first inning.
Sends that one into right field. And Acord makes it. Or excuse me, Atkins makes it. Right fielder starts with A. What's the difference? They play for a team that starts with M?
McMichael Baseball would like to thank the following sponsors for their support.
That's actually a pretty good defense you just built in a minimum amount of time.
Yeah,
I promise.
It
must run in the family.
My dad was not a defense attorney. Sorry to tell you.
He still can defend.
Okay.
I mean, did you not see him at the Boys and Girls Club? Or see the story, hear the story, see the
Battery
pictures?
Supply.
I've heard.
Carolina and Virginia Well
saying.
and Pump.
That was actually a pretty good defense of your slip up. You know, that was okay. All right, there we go.
One child's voice.
Tell you what, Mitchell looked great in the last half inning. He was on the mound.
Genesis
Got the 3
Aviation.
strikeouts.
Bruce's Elite Auto Sales LCC.
Had a runner in scoring position, didn't phase him.
Fitness LLC.
He's got a slew of pitches he can use with the fastball. He's locating that well on the corners of the plate so far in relief. He's got the curveball, and then he's got the hard-biting breaking ball, the sliders, cutters, type pitch.
Lawn and Landscape. Carolina Trailer Sales and Zarafla Home Improvement.
And Mitchell struck out 4 so far tonight.
Phoenix Baseball would like to thank these sponsors for their support. Don't
He's
forget,
thrown
you can listen
37
to tonight's
pitches
game
over
on
his
Roco
2 innings
Radio.
of work.
If you know anybody that's not here and would want to keep up with tonight's game, RocoRadio.com. They're also on Facebook, and you can listen to it on YouTube, RocoRadio.com.
Once again, thanks to Phoenix announcer Bob Rodenbow for the shout-out. The top of the order will come up for the Morehead Panthers again. Zachary Grogan, followed by Jacob Sands and Judson Freese. Grogan 1-1 tonight. Had a single to right center and walked and has scored a run.
Way outside. 4-1-0 count. Grogan steps back in, picks up his bat. Holt swinging on that one, and it's a 2-0 count. Morehead up 4-1. Trying to add some extra padding to that here in the top half of the 4th inning, about halfway through today's game. That one is a strike. Got him looking.
You got a sandwich? Because that was some mustard.
Yeah.
Sends that one out there. Oh, dropped out of the glove of the second baseman. Tries to recover, and he gets it to him. A fantastic recovery right there by Jacob Sands. Or not Jacob Sands. Looking at the wrong thing. By Jackson Hall. Dropped the ball. Still was able to get it to Brady Dunn for the out.
That's recovering on the play like you're supposed to.
Did my mustard comment throw you off?
Well,
You're more of a mayo on a sandwich type of guy, aren't you?
I literally muted you after that. Hatley unmuted you. But
Sands 1-1 on the night. Walked and scored in the first, hit a single up the middle in the second.
Sands will hammer that one into deep right field, and the grab is made. That was Dax Acord. 2 down now. As Judson Freese will try to keep this inning going.
Now batting number
There's a hitter
1,
you want to keep the
Judson
inning going
Freese.
with. It's Juddy, man. What he's done at the plate the last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, and officially tonight, Freese's 0 of 0 had an RBI ground out for a sacrifice in the second. Called strike on that inside corner. Pretty pitch from Mitchell.
Freese devours that one. It goes foul, and wow. I believe it was one of Morehead's players who was out of the dugout made the grab. It was right there.
Yeah, it looked like he was over there maybe throwing in the bullpen.
0-2 count. As that one bounces, it's
I've seen foul balls that didn't hit up on the net nearly that high.
Our home plate umpire tonight, he's a hockey player. He's tough. Taking another one.
Two count.
Missed a little high with that one.
Ooh,
dog.
That
put
was
a
hit.
sledgehammer on that one, but it is caught in deep right center.
Tillman with a good catch there.
Man, the blue-collar boys are living on the warning track in the outfield, and they're doing a great job out there. I know it seems easy, but there's been a lot of hard-hit baseballs to the track tonight, and they're making the plays.
Oh, and kudos to them. I mean, they haven't done a lot of the errors that you see in high school baseball.
Now Phoenix have only got one error on the night. And that was a botched pickoff attempt in the top of the first inning.
Jay, if you can guess who this singer is.
No.
I knew it. I knew you did.
I've got this on my playlist.
I am the greatest. He also pitched for the Detroit Tigers. Well, he didn't, but a man with the same name. And the Texas Rangers.
Wait.
Known as the Gambler.
Max Scherzer.
I mean, I got to give it to you. It's a pretty good guess, I guess. Second best baseball song of all time. Well, it's in the top 5. We can.
No, don't say we can debate this because we're not going to do it right now.
I could possibly put it at number 1.
I could see that. My argument would be for Fogarty. Maybe.
Yeah, center field's a classic.
Also, Alabama.
Cheap Seats.
Cheap Seats is
Yeah,
probably.
that is a good one.
And Max Scherzer, he has a good one too.
Yeah, when his lat's working.
Well, Jose Iglesias sings, so maybe Max does. I don't know.
Hey, just be like Diaz and come out to Timmy Trumpet.
You know you are a bad whamma jamma when you can come out to a trumpet as a relief closing pitcher.
Yep.
So I was listening on Friday on the way down here because I had the Rockingham game and I came down afterwards. And Jay was talking about bats flying around. I thought he was over-exaggerating. He's not.
Oh, yeah.
Leading off for the Phoenix, number 8, Eli Gann.
Gann, for his second at bat of the night, struck out in the first.
Bottom half of the fourth now underway. Morehead with a 4-1 lead, not victory. I'm so sorry. As sends that one down the third baseline for a foul. 4-1 lead for Morehead. As McMichael fighting Phoenix try to cut into that one. He will pop that one into center field. And the grab will be made by Jackson Silvers. So quick one up, one down.
There's a lot of baseball left, but if Morehead can hold on, the county games inside this
Now
conference this
batting
year,
number 6,
Leedsville beating McMichael.
Mitchell.
Yeah, everybody just splitting games every which direction with the exception of Rockingham.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, but at the ankle of Judson Freese for a 1-0 count. Takes that one inside for a strike. 1-1 count as the righty steps back in.
Mitchell struck out in his first plate appearance.
That one is high for a 2-1 count.
Got a feeling Mitchell wants to help his own accord. pick up the win in the relief appearance. So I think he's going to do something here at the plate.
Oh, yeah.
That one in the zone for a 2-2 count now.
Yeah, just buried down at the knees with a tight little breaking ball.
Just a bit outside for a 3-2 count. Fouls that breaking ball off. Hopefully someone returns it.
Out of play back to the third base dugout. Thank you.
Survival swing there for Mitchell.
Full count. Pops that one up on the inside fastball. And that'll take a weird bounce toward the softball. I'm getting way too distracted by this foul ball. Back to the action. Full count.
Hey, it takes them a minute before they get it back in play.
One down, and we will have a meeting between Judson Freeze and Ben Wade.
If you were a betting man, will Jeopardy play right now?
Nah, they won't play it.
No?
I don't think they've played it yet.
All right, you're right. It's just a
Home
quick
for
one.
us.
I think that's
Hum
more
it.
of a Morehead thing.
Joe,
I
hum
haven't
it
heard them
right
do it
now.
over here.
Nah, I heard it at Rockingham too.
Joe, hum it.
A little confusion
go.
with the signs, I think, there.
What?
The pitcher and the catcher meeting. I
No,
think
we were
they
talking about Jeopardy, so don't take us back to baseball. He will cut on that one. Thought it was a foul ball, and he will get past after the ball pops out of the glove of Zachary Grogan, the first baseman.
Yeah, let's see
So a
how
little
they score
chopper.
that one. Scored it a hit. Well, Jackson Hall
Next
step
up for
up.
the Phoenix, number
Grounded
10,
short in the second.
Jackson Hall.
0-1 tonight.
Runner on first. Second and third base empty. 4-1 lead for the Morehead Panthers as Hall steps in. That one will bounce. Nice job there by Judson Freese, the catcher, getting under that one. Stopping the pass ball. By extension, stopping Mitchell from getting to second base.
Yep, got his body out in front of it. Kept it in front of him.
Pickoff doesn't get him out.
I think he's trying to keep Mitchell over there honest. Mitchell's only stolen 4 bases on the season.
Here's the pitch. Outside for a 2-0 count. Sends that one down the third base line, but foul. So that will keep Hall in the batter's box. McMichael dugout getting aggressive. Fourth pitch of the at-bat is just above the strike zone for a 3-1 count now. Jackson Hall steps back in. Hall with an open stance in the right-handed batter's box is going to take the breaking ball and get the walk. So he'll head to first base. Mitchell heads to second.
Coming to the plate for the Phoenix.
And Andrew Lovelace will come up.
Andrew Lovelace.
Lovelace gave one a ride to left field in the second inning.
Looks like we're going to have a meeting on the mound.
Lovelace, a 364 hitter with runners in scoring position, has 6 RBIs on the season. Came into the game hitting .316.
Do you think he's going to take the ball from Ben Wade? Joe,
Usually,
you've got your nose front through.
He's at 68 pitches. He's had pretty good stuff. You know, he's only given up 1 run. I think he's just going to try to calm them all down, and he's going to let him try to get out of this.
yeah, usually when you're having a conversation that long, either A, the umpire at home plate has no interest in breaking it up, or B, you're going to keep your pitcher in. And you see some type of tendency that you want to address with your infield too.
Yeah, I got a feeling he was telling him to watch out for bunt.
Runner on first and second. Here's Lovelace.
Woo!
Ooh, inside
Pitch.
for a strike. Wade with the runner on second and first, glances back to second, delivers the pitch. That one is fouled off into McMichael's batting cages.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the home dugout. Thank you.
Wade now with 70 pitches on the evening, and he's up 0-2 over Lovelace.
Oh,
What a
what a breaking ball. And that'll get him the backwards K, send him to the dugout.
Just jelly-legged him.
Coming to the plate for the Phoenix, number 14, Peyton Goins.
Here comes Peyton Goins.
Goins drew a walk and was gunned down trying to steal in the second.
Bounce pass to Freese for a 1-0 count.
You can't keep hitting the big ball with the little ball.
The pitch. Another breaking ball for a strike.
And that sweeping the hook again.
Feels like the umpire is making the call before it even hits the glove.
Well, that little hesitation, slow breaking ball, he could mail it.
1-1 count. Down the middle, fouled off. Into the softball field.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the home dugout. Thank you.
It's a big change of pace when you get a kid who's probably throwing low 70s with a fastball, and then he throws in a 45-mile-an-hour hook.
Pitchers count, 2 down, and 2 runners on base. Big moment here in the game, bottom half of the 4th inning. McMichael trying to come back from this 4-1 deficit. But Ben Wade says no, sir. Strikes him out. And after 4 innings, it's a 4-1 lead for the Morehead Panthers over the McMichael Fighting Phoenix. Special announcement here, we're going to have some Jonathan Hatley's face on a t-shirt, and etched across it, it will say Jonathan Hatley Fan Club. We'll be selling those on Roco Radio, so make sure you're on our Facebook page and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube. I'm sure we'll have a release party for it, and I'm going to get mine in the mail before you guys because I really want it.
Synthetic blend up to 3XL. One-time payment of only $56.99.
Now, shipping is a different story. We're going to have Joe come to your house, and you're going to have to pay an extra $56.99.
You couldn't get $3 a pound for something with my face on it.
We
Come
only
on, guys.
accept cash, so and you have to have the correct change. I don't know why they're laughing, but you have to just make sure that you've got the money in cash for us. It'll be $113.98 overall. Exact change needed.
Well, I've been waiting to say this, but it's a good day. We secured broadcast rights. I don't know if I told you guys, for Elon University.
Are you serious?
Happy April Fool's Day.
How did I fall for that after my April Fool's joke?
Here you are getting my hopes up, but I mean,
Maybe someday, but we love our local sports here in Rockingham County.
See, but if there's enough demand, it won't be an April Fool's joke. If you're willing to spend hundreds of dollars on a Jonathan Hatley shirt,
Yeah, true.
we'll do
Now
it.
for the Panthers, number 23, Tanner Rippey.
I don't even think Melita Hatley would spend that much on a T-shirt with my mug on it.
Anybody else for Roco Radio, she would, but not her own son.
Well, she's seen my ugly face for 45 years. She's probably tired of it.
Poor woman.
Now, inside joke, I would buy a shirt with the top hat emoji and keys on it.
Hat key. Oh,
Ouch.
hit the batter pretty hard. And he will get to head to
Get a
first
free pass
base.
to first.
Now batting number 4, Reese Donovan.
Well, there isn't much that Mitchell throws that would hit you soft. Reese Donovan steps up. He was hit by a pitch in the first and flew out to right in the second.
Showing bunt. Whoa! Looks like it almost hit him. An advance on pass ball for Tanner Rippey.
Grayson Shelton stepping in to have a little quick word with Mitchell.
Donovan shows bunt once again above his head.
Comes Erskine.
Erskine heads to the mound.
I think the message here, if he doesn't take the ball, is just you're being a little too cute.
Melita said she'd support the cause and buy the shirt.
Well, that's nice.
Put your money where your mouth is, Melita. We'll do it. $113.98 in cash.
Well,
We'll get it custom made.
for $150, we'll get you a hoodie too. Looks like we will have a pitching change.
Who are we going to get here? It looks like
Grayson
we're going to get
Shelton.
Grayson Shelton.
Beat you. See, my mom's listening right now. Would my mom support the cause and buy a shirt with my face on it that said J. Ramey Fan Club? I don't know.
Yes, she would. And she would buy, which size are you? Medium, right? She'd buy
I
a
don't
medium
know.
and make you wear it. That's
Oh,
probably
okay.
that's probably.
You know, that seems like a J. Ramey thing to do, wear a shirt with my face on it.
I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Otherwise, though, you know, moms always do support. They tried to put
My mom said absolutely not. Melita said sure she would. You didn't have to put the absolutely.
No, I
Like,
might have just.
Did you have to put
I might have just
absolutely
given
not?
your mom an idea. I may have
Okay.
sparked.
She said absolutely not. She put her foot down on that.
Moving over to left field. Colin Mitchell's going
Goodness
back to
gracious.
center field. Eli again to second base.
That's what photo frames are for, Jay.
Jackson Hall, the shortstop.
For what?
So you don't have to put our ugly mugs on a shirt.
No, that's what, iPhone stores my photos now, Joe. I don't know if you've heard.
Good point. It's 2025, isn't it?
Shows bunt, pops it up right into the Shelton's glove. Not many better ways to start off your pitching appearance than popping it
Now
straight
batting
into
number
your
2,
glove
Ben
for the out.
Wade.
All right, my mom changed her mind in the comments. She said she would, actually. Another bunt attempt, but that will be fouled off. Ben Wade steps back in. The left-handed batter as Shelton looks over at second base. That one's outside to make it a 1-0 count. Inside.
Called strike on the corner.
1-2. Oh! Wade swings emphatically, but he misses. And strikes out.
And Grayson Shelton says to Wade, "You got a hook? Well, I got one of my
Now
own,
batting
buddy."
number 11, Jackson Silvers.
Silvers heads up to the plate with Tanner Rippey on second base, trying to add some extra padding to that 4-1 lead. Nice breaking ball for the strike. Yeah, but, McMichael didn't start their comeback till late in the game. That's why if you're Morehead, you got to tack on some runs right here. 2 down, fouled back into the backstop.
Joe,
Didn't flinch.
we've got a question in the comments for you.
Yes.
Would your mom buy a shirt with your picture on it?
I would never do that to her.
We've heard from our moms.
My mom would buy it without a doubt. The problem is my mug would break the printing press.
Sends it to short. 6-3 is good. Fantastic throw.
Yeah, from deep in the hole, got it there.
She might buy a Mayor Rocco Radio fan club shirt, though, David Woods. She might.
I feel like your mom would rather buy a picture of my face on it than yours. And I don't even know her. So
Let's not go that far.
Here we go.
You know what's going to happen from all this?
What?
Somebody's going to buy us a shirt with our mugs on it, and we're going to have to wear it.
I would wear it.
This is going to be all our
I
fault.
would definitely wear it.
If it was just your solo picture, though?
Yes.
Okay.
It's called self-promotion, Joe.
You would wear a shirt with your own face on it.
How else would people know that I'm me?
I'm going to next year's Rocco Radio polos, instead of our logo in the corner, I'm going to put your face.
Are you saying I'm the face of Rocco Radio?
I guess so.
There's a reason that we're all on the radio. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Now, to Melita's question, every time I said that when I worked in radio, my mom would ask me, I wish I could see you on the news every night. I'd say I have a face for radio. She didn't appreciate that. She didn't agree with me, but sometimes the truth hurts.
Leading off for the Phoenix, number 12, Easton Tillman.
Here comes Easton Tillman.
Tillman 1-2 today, doubled and scored a run in the first and flew out to the pitcher.
Tillman cracks that one into deep right center. He rounds first, heading for second. He's going to have to slide in there. No, he's not. He's going to get in there standing up to lead off inning number 5 for the McMichael Phoenix. Down 4-1, and you got to get things like that going here.
Well, Tillman with 2 doubles, 1 to each gap.
Next up for McMichael, number 15, Jack Rogers.
Rogers reached after being hit by a pitch in the first and flew out to left deep in the third.
I can't imagine the conversation with my wife, back to the T-shirt conversation. If I had to buy my own shirt for $56.95 with my face on it.
See, but you wouldn't, because you own Roco Radio, so you could just take it from whatever website.
Fair. But
My mom's birthday is in July. I might buy her one.
Dude.
And
Are you going to buy her a J. Ramey fan club
says J.
shirt
Ramey Fan Club,
or Jonathan Hatley?
and it's a
fan
picture
club?
of me.
Or is it a bundle?
Taking over on the mound.
Well,
number 4, Reese Donovan.
I don't know. You know?
And
Your mom has put up
pitching
with
change
you for
made.
17 years now.
Shortstop.
I think she deserves a better gift than that.
It'll say my favorite broadcast team, and it'll be me and Hatley.
Oh, then I'll send her one and cross out you guys and put us in it.
Oh, okay.
There you go. No, I won't, because I'm not paying $56.95.
It's actually $56.98. Got to get those 3 pennies in
yep.
there. See, but the problem is, people don't understand that this is like April Fool's, but I just, say random stuff all year long.
I would rather get a black T-shirt with white lettering that just says "Absolute Greatness Pitching" and give it to you.
But we're not bringing this to the broadcast. We're not bringing this to the broadcast. It's a terrible, doesn't even make sense. You told me we weren't bringing this to the broadcast.
I would put all the lines that I say that drive you absolutely bonkers.
Well, okay, things that are just grammatically incorrect make me angry.
And yet you read Andy Durham.
Welcome here to Mike Dalton Field as we bring you beautiful baseball action. 4-1, runner on second base.
Jack Rogers will step in.
And Reese Donovan will be the new pitcher for the Panthers.
Rogers fouls that one back. Put a powerful swing behind it. See, Joe Dexter flinched.
It actually hit the camera, and the camera went back to my eye.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Okay. That's on you.
I mean, he is pressed up against the net there.
He had his nose through it earlier. Oh, 1 count. Bunt, pulls it back.
Nasty.
Strike.
Nasty pitch.
Rogers with an 0-2 now, stepping back in. Taps the plate. Tillman with a big lead on second. The pitch. Breaks.
There it is again.
Outside. 1-2.
Same pitch, different location.
We saw the looping curve for Reese against Rockingham County, too.
Again, we saw Wade's be pretty effective earlier in the game, too.
Sends that one down the third base line. He will make the throw. Bounces off the first baseman, so he will be safe. Zachary Grogan had it bounce off his chest, so now there's runners on the corners with no outs. Brady Dunn will come up to the plate. Dunn has a powerful swing.
Phoenix, number 7, Brady Dunn. Coming into pitch run for Jack Rogers. Number 5, Quentin Joyner.
Looks like the official scorer scored that one a single. Tough play in the hole.
Look for Joyner to be on the move here.
Swing and a miss. Just above his bat. Oh, 1 count.
Well, Joyner has 11 stolen bases this season.
Joyner on first. And he's going for second. That one popped up into the air. It'll go foul.
Just barely got out of play.
Tried to make a underhand catch. Be honest, I'm just assuming that he missed it based on everyone's reactions because I couldn't see it at all.
And Joyner was moving on that 0-1.
Joyner on first, pinch running for Rogers. Tillman on third. Dunn hits it through to second base. Going to try to turn the double play, but he can't. The run will score for Tillman to make it 4-2, and 1 out will be added to the board.
You'll take that. That's a productive out. You down 0-2 in the count. You get the ground ball. As we say all the time, put it in play, make things happen.
Coming to the plate for
Take the
Phoenix,
run.
number 4, Grayson Shelton.
Get yourself down to first. Get an RBI on the fielder's choice. You know, it works out.
So Joyner's going to pinch run again. I didn't even know that was legal.
McMichael, number 5, Quentin Joyner.
What a weapon to have on your bench. Well, with the courtesy you can. The courtesy runner for catcher and pitcher.
Yeah, but Dunn's playing first base, so this is an actual substitution.
Yep, this is an actual switch.
Joyner with a big 2 to 3 step lead. He's going to get back on the pickoff attempt.
That's a quick pickoff move for Donovan.
Joyner on first. Second and third base empty. Down by 2 runs are the McMichael Fighting Phoenix as Shelton steps in.
And Shelton has walked and flown to right in his previous 2 at-bats tonight.
All modes of travel. That one is fouled away.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the third base dugout. Thank you.
Phoenix are trying to jump on Donovan early in the count, fouling off a lot of balls to start it off.
Joyner gets another massive lead on first as that pitch almost passes the catcher. He's going to get on it as Joyner's going to have to slide. He gets in safe. Nice job there.
Freeze almost had his second throw out behind the plate.
Freeze is doing a magnificent job.
He did good to keep that ball in front of him.
And to make it almost competitive with Joyner at second.
Yeah, it was a good throw. But Joyner picks up his 12th stolen base of the season.
That one is in the dirt. Now a 2-1 count.
Good movement on that ball. It started on that outside corner, broke back toward the plate just a little low.
Joyner with another big lead. Shortstop trying to get to him as the pitch is thrown, and it's a pass ball. Joyner will get to third. May have distracted the pitcher there for a second. Do you think Joyner had anything to do with Donovan's pass ball? I mean, because in the backfield, you have the shortstop running. Seemed like a lot of commotion.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that affected his composure any. He went to throw a breaking ball and threw it into the dirt, and it got past the catcher.
3-1 count as Joyner is on third base with a chance to slice this lead in half. That one is fouled back for a full count as the bottom of the fifth inning, while the ball is in play, tradition of a bat flying around takes place.
I'm waiting to see somebody just Randy Johnson one of those things.
I don't know what that means, but now one. The pitch on the corner, and that'll put runners on the corners. And Grayson Shelton takes the walk.
I can't let that go. We have to baptize you in baseball knowledge.
Now batting,
Spring
number
training.
8,
I think it was
Eli Gann.
2001. Randy Johnson was warming up. He throws like his first pitch of the outing and nails a pigeon. And
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, all right.
I thought he meant specifically a bat, and I was like,
Yeah, with all
Actually,
these
if you look
bats flying
back-
around.
April 1st, 1901, Moonlight Graham
April 1st?
hit a bat.
Wow.
So if it happened today, we'd celebrate an anniversary.
So 124 years. That's incredible. That one sent. Pitcher's going to have to make a play. He's going to go to first and just got distracted. That'll score a run, going to third and going for home on the bad play. It'll score a second run, and it'll tie the ball game. Crucial error made by the pitcher. Got focused on Joyner heading for home. Fumbled the pass to first. It went way behind him, and that allows Joyner to score, and then allows Shelton to score.
And puts Gann on third.
So just like that, this game is all knotted up.
Tie ball game off an error.
$124 years to the day.
Now batting for the Phoenix, number 6, Colin Mitchell.
Mitchell, 1 of 2 today. Had a slow roller to third for a base hit, beat out the throw. He's a .385 hitter with runners in scoring position and has 8 RBIs on the season.
Bunts it, gets it to the pitcher. He's going to try to make the play. Holds
Nobody
on
was
to
at
it.
first, and nobody's at second.
It'll allow him to get an easy double as he holds on to the ball there. He thought Gann was going to go home,
I don't think I've ever seen that.
so he just held on to the ball and let him get all the way to second.
Well, there was nobody covering
He
second.
had no choice.
Now batting, number 10.
The third baseman had run in to field the bunt. Shortstop was covering third behind the runner. Second baseman had come to first behind first charging the bunt, and no one got over to second to stop Mitchell on the bunt. So Colin Mitchell with a bunt double.
Melita in the comments, don't be killing the bats. It is illegal in North Carolina.
That is very illegal.
Hey, if it gets hit by a baseball, it's unintentional.
Yeah. Unless, like, Jay's, like, Rookie of the Year and Henry Bowengartner just all of a sudden ratchets back and intentionally throws a 99-mile-an-hour.
We're going to get Jay to throw out a first pitch just so we can see if he can do that.
11-2 pitcher. Looks like Tanner Rippey on the mound for the Panthers. Have you ever seen Rookie of the Year?
No.
You got to see it.
What is it?
So this kid,
Is it a movie?
yeah, he breaks.
Okay, just tell me that.
He breaks his arm and ends up pitching for the Cubs as a kid. That's all I'm going to tell you because I don't want to ruin
Now
the plot.
pitching for the Panthers, number
So
23.
you know very well that I
Tanner
do not watch movies, so it's not going to ruin anything.
So, okay, since you're not going to watch it, you just made that clear. So he breaks his arm. He goes back to get the cast taken off, and all of a sudden, all of his tendons are super tight. And now he can throw a baseball 99 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
So the Cubs sign him as a 15-year-old.
Well, he
Or
was
whatever,
12.
12. Yeah, 12-year-old. Gotta give it
It's easy
right.
to get those confused. 15 and 12, they're just so similar.
Nope, that's a good knowledge to have, though. If you have bats even in your home and you attempt to do damage to them,
Why are we giving public information on the killing of
because
bats
I don't know if you
Roco
know this,
Radio?
but Western Rockingham County,
Has a bat problem.
yes. Thank you for saying what I wanted to say.
You know, you'd think bats live in like caves and stuff like that. No, apparently they live everywhere in Rockingham County,
What is this
including
come to?
in school gymnasiums, as was evident years ago.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Runners on second and third. It's a tie ball game after some errors made by the pitcher. Results in a 4-4 tie. Runners on second and third. That one low. Eli Ginn on third base. Colin Mitchell on second. And Jackson Hall at the plate.
And the corners are in for the Panthers. Looking for another bunt attempt here.
Shows bunt. Outside, 2-1 count. Shows bunt again. It connects.
He got it down.
That will score a run. He won't be safe, but a fantastic sacrifice bunt moves Colin Mitchell to third. Eli Gann home for the lead. And it is now 5-4 McMichael. 2 outs on the board. Here's the bottom half of the fifth.
Number
And
11, Andrew Lovelace.
to pat myself on the back in the top of the fifth, I said Morehead needed to capitalize because McMichael has that fight in them and they can come back. And that's exactly what's happening.
Lovelace 0-2, flew out to left and struck out.
Right down the middle for a strike. Lovelace swings and misses for a strike. That one is way high. Fantastic save right there by Freese.
Yeah, if that one would have gotten by Freese, that probably would have been another Phoenix run on the board.
The umpire probably would have been knocked out. Right down the middle, and a swing and a miss. So heading into inning number 6, it's a 5-4 McMichael Phoenix lead after a crazy scenario in which they score 4 runs off of a pitching error. It's crazy. Haven't seen anything like it.
But in a key situation like that, it could have gone way awry. But a 1-run game now. Lead for McMichael. Morehead stays in it. Got to get those bats working, though. Good job by Tanner Rippey to come into the game after that error. Gave up the run on the bunt. Nothing you can do about that, but gets out of the trouble.
Well, the Phoenix pick up 4 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and leave a man on. And they've taken the lead by 1 after 5 complete.
Leading off for Morehead, number 16, Aiden Haygood.
Aiden Haygood steps in.
Haygood is 1-1, had a single in the third and walked in the second, later scored.
Outside for a 1-0 count. Morehead going to try to show that mental toughness, that fight, and get back into this one after surrendering 4 runs. That one's high at the nose for a 2-0 count. That one is a strike called. Haygood not happy about that, calls timeout and takes a practice swing. Steps back in. Inside, swings and misses, and it's now an even 2-2. Nobody on base, no outs, and a 5-4 deficit for the Morehead Panthers as Haygood steps back in. Seems to be kind of limping.
He twists something on that swing.
Breaking ball, and he is punched out. One down.
Ethan Horton will be the batter.
Ethan Horton.
1 of 2 tonight. Hit a bloop single to left in the second, later scored. Struck out in the third.
Bounce pass into the glove of his catcher.
Rogers trying to settle down Shelton a little bit after that pitch in the dirt.
Horton swings and misses. 1-1. Sends that one straight to the first baseman. Believe that's done. Making the play and making the out.
Now batting
2
for
outs.
Panthers,
Zach
number 22,
Grogan coming up
Zachary
to the
Grogan.
plate. Grogan, 1 of 2.
That one bounces back into the backstop. 2 down. 5-4 lead for the McMichael Phoenix as Morehead tries to come back. Nails that one. He sends it straight to center field, and it'll drop. Rounds first base and decides to stop there. Zachary Grogan keeps the inning going with the single. Coming up next is Jacob Sands.
And here comes that 2-3-4
Now
in the
batting
order
number
for
10,
Morehead,
Jacob
who's just been
Sands.
pounding the baseball lately. Sands had an RBI single up the middle in the second, walked and scored in the first. He's 1 of 2 today.
That one is low. 1-0 count. Fouls that one off. 1-1.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the third base dugout. Thank you.
Shelton on the mound, glances back to first base where Grogan stands. Breaking ball, 2-1 count as that one is outside of the zone.
Just off the plate with that one.
Down the middle for strike 2. Big moment here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. McMichael trying to send this one to the final inning with the 1-run lead. Runner goes, trying to get him at second, but he isn't able to. Grogan gets to second. 3-2 count.
Grogan steals his way into scoring position.
Breaking ball, popped up sky high. It goes out of play.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the home dugout. Thank you.
Full count. Payoff pitch going to be on its way. Grogan on second base as that one is fouled.
No one out of play.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the home dugout. Thank you.
Took out something flying with short wings.
What?
That foul ball did.
And hit a bat?
I just don't trust him. Fouled off again.
Please return balls fouled out of play back
I'd
to
have
the
some
home dugout.
amazing
Thank you.
vision if in this dark night sky I could see that happen.
That one hit a pelican.
May have hit the softball field.
Pelican playing softball. Breaking ball, sends it down the third base line and fouls it once again. How many pitchers are we at in this at bat?
Oh, my Lord.
7?
Pitch number 8 will be on its way.
Nah, we're at 9.
Pitch number 9 will be on its way.
He's fouled off the last 4.
Pitch number 10 will be on its way eventually, as that one's
Please
fouled
return
back.
balls fouled out of play back to the home
What a
dugout.
heck of an
Thank
at-bat
you.
from a freshman.
Yeah. 5 foul balls in a row on a 3-2 count.
With a runner in scoring position, and you're down 1.
That's battling.
2 outs. Top half of the 6th. Here he goes. Can he keep it going? Pickoff attempt at second. Overthrown.
Nobody home.
Thought about going for third, but nice awareness there in center field. I don't know who that was. I think Colin Mitchell went back there. Stopped him from getting to third. So a 9-pitch at bat so far, and it's going to keep going.
Like we have
Meeting on the mound. Thank you guys for joining us. Whether you're on RocoRadio.com, Facebook, or YouTube, happy to have you along for this baseball action between Morehead Panthers and McMichael Fighting Phoenix. Love some county rivalry, some conference rivalry action. Beautiful April night.
3-2 count, and he fouls all 5 pitches in a row.
I mean, this is a situation you want to be in if you're Morehead, having Sands up there, getting him on base somehow, either scoring Grogan or getting him to third.
Yeah,
and
and getting free subs.
Just keeping the inning going would be fantastic here.
Meanwhile, opposite side, want to shut it down
Yeah,
right
get
here.
an out. however you can get it, just get it.
Here we go.
Just don't give a free
Sands
pass
steps
to
back
this
in.
hitter.
Pitch number 10.
And Shelton will step off.
Long look at second base, looking back. The pitch.
Oh, wow.
What did he call? Was it a ball? So he is going to have a magnificent at bat. 3-2 count, works it up. A 10-pitch walk.
Well, Freeze is 0 of 1 today. Flew out to center in the fourth in his only official at bat. Had a sacrifice to score a run in the second and walked in the first.
That went inside for a strike, so runners on second and first. And fatigue has got to be a factor right now for the arm of Grayson Shelton after that 10-pitch battle that he lost. Strike 2 looking as Freeze is dismayed and steps out for a second.
Yeah, slow hook there.
Freeze 382. I believe that's the either highest or second highest on the team. Very good for a catcher.
Yeah, he came in with the highest average on the team.
Freeze steps back in. 0-2. Runners on first and second, down by 1 run with 2 down. Outside, keeps the inning going. 1-2 count.
These Phoenix fans are letting the umpire, giving him the business a little bit.
High arcing, now a 2-2 count. That one, 3-2, going for third, and he is safe. Wow. Decision there to steal third works out well for Grogan, and he worked it up from an 0-2 to a 3-2. That is Freeze. So runners on the corners, and he's got an opportunity to tie this thing up, but there are 2 outs. Freeze. Runner's going to go. He devours that one, but it goes foul. Massive cut on that.
Watch your hits in the away dugout.
Yeah, dead pulled over to the right side. Jumped on an inside pitch.
Freeze. Torches that one. It'll drop. It's fair. It scores the tying run. 5-5. The Morehead Panthers have tied this thing up.
Okay.
Runners on third and first. I mean, this has been a crazy up and down inning for Morehead. Seemed out of it multiple times. That 10-pitch at bat resulting in a walk, and then you've got just a fantastic moment right there. Down 0-2 in the count. Runner steals third. That is Grogan.
You know, worked it back all the way to full and then pull it down the right field line for an RBI single.
How about those back-to-back at-bats from Sands and Freeze?
Yeah, just
Sheldon's got to be hurting right now.
Yeah, his pitch count went from 8 to 36 already this inning.
Swing and a miss right there. Big cut on that one for an 0-1 count. 2 down, runners on first and third. We've got a tie ball game in conference rivalry, county rivalry action between Morehead and McMichael. Powers that one out there, and it will score a run. Runner heading for third, and Morehead has recaptured the lead. What a job here by the Morehead Panthers. Tanner Rippey lacing that one into right field.
Now batting number 4, Reese Donovan.
Rippey
now,
picks up his 3rd RBI of the night. And that's going to bring up Donovan.
Coming into the game, he was 3rd on the team in RBI, so he's now got 11 on the season. Looks like he's getting a pinch runner. Or maybe he's just taking a minute to celebrate and they're not going to send anyone out. No, they're going to send someone out.
They're sending out, looks like Rubio.
Pinch running number 7.
Incredible game going on right now. 6-5 lead in favor of the Morehead Panthers. We've had 2 lead changes here tonight. Top half of the 6th inning underway. Pops that one way up in the air. Somebody's got to get under it for McMichael. And the pitcher says he'll do it himself. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning, but not before Morehead Panthers score 2 big runs to seize the lead for the 2nd time tonight. And put McMichael's backs against the wall once again. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that is ready when you are? Kooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza and Maid and 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. Visit our local Kooler Ice dispensary at Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reedsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reedsville, located at 1509 South Scale Street, or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden, located at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Kooler Ice. Great tasting fresh ice 24/7 at all 4 locations. 16 pounds or 32 pounds plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Kooler Ice. Fresh and ready when you are.
Furniture, Bar Construction, Ray Family Farms, Rockingham Battery Supply, Carolina and Virginia Well and Pump.
How will the
Piedmont
McMichael
Lawn and
offense
Land
respond?
Management.
That's the question.
Rogers Family.
It's
in
been a
honor
battle,
of Jack
especially in these later innings.
Nicholston Fence
Will Rippey
Company,
continue doing
One
what he's done on the
Child's
mound?
Voice, Jeff Mitchell's Home Improvement, Genesis Aviation, Bruce's Elite Auto Sales LCC.
Oh, and by the way,
BD&B
this is just
Salon
one
and
of 2
Fitness
this week.
LLC.
Hatley will have to
Donald
call on
and Mandy
Friday.
Corn, Williams Incorporated, Vulcan Materials, Cardwell
I might just have to
Family in
sneak over
honor
to
of
Morehead
Jake
after the
Cardwell.
Rockingham game.
Vibe Nutrition, All About Floors, Mitchell & Sons Holly, Folks Lawn and Landscape, Carolina Trailer Sales, Zarafla Home Improvement.
Well, they picked the right hype music. I want to grab a bat now.
Not a real bat, a baseball bat, Hatley.
That's what I'm talking about.
They're going to get scared that you're going to.
He said his name's Hatley, not Ozzy.
I was actually wearing a Manu Ginobili t-shirt to school today, so if anybody was going to grab a bat.
Grabbed my heart and ripped it out in 05.
Peyton Goins will be the hitter.
Leading off
comes
for the
Goins.
Phoenix, number 14, Peyton Goins.
Destroyed my Pistons.
He reached on a walk and struck out. Yes, McMichael will be at Morehead Friday.
We'll be there.
Just
We'll also
above the
be
plate, 1-0 count.
at Rockingham County for Rockingham and Dudley.
The pitch, down the middle for a strike. Beautiful pitch there.
And we'll be back here at Mike Dalton tomorrow night for Western Alamance coming to visit the Phoenix.
Tanner Rippey puts it low for a strike. 1-2 count. Hayden Goins, designated hitter, steps back in, taps the plate. and puts the bat over his shoulder. Breaking ball, fouls it off the catcher to keep the at-bat alive. Swing and a miss, and that'll send him back to the dugout on strike three. We head back to the top of the lineup with Easton Tillman coming up to the plate.
Tillman, 2 of 3 tonight, has doubled twice to each
Next
gap.
up for McMichael, number 12, Easton Tillman.
I believe that's Rippy's second punch out.
Yes.
Tillman
Rippy's
steps
got
in.
2 strikeouts.
Tillman into the left-handed batter's box. Open stance. Takes it high for a 1-0 count. With one down, bases empty. McMichael Phoenix down by just 1 run. They tacked on 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to seize their first lead, but that was short-lived as Morehead tacked on 2 of their own in the top half of this very inning right here. Strike 1 makes it a 1-1 count as Tillman steps back in.
Well, as hot as Tillman's been at the plate all year.
Tillman fouls that one up and out of play.
As a pitcher, I would be hesitant to give him anything out over the plate. I'd be a bad house painter and try to only get the corners.
Tillman swings on it high and regrets that one immediately as Rippey gets the big strikeout there.
Rippey's 3rd punch out. That's going to bring
Now
up Jack
batting, number
Rogers.
15, Jack Rogers.
Rogers 1 of 2. Had a hard hit single down the 3rd baseline in the 5th.
Rogers trying to respond. Takes the first one low for a ball. Ball 1. Bases empty for the McMichael Phoenix. As they try to regain the lead, they only held for a few short minutes here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Rippey delivers. For ball 2. Inside for a strike, so a 2-1 count now for Rogers. Hasn't swung on anything. Rogers swings and misses. And Tanner Rippey is tearing these McMichael Phoenix to shreds. Two count. Swing and a miss. Rippey celebrates as we head to inning number 7. Morehead 6, McMichael 5. Rockingham County's premier location for exceptional small businesses is Two Rivers Plaza, located at 307 West Middle Road in Eden. Visit the wonderful small businesses there today. Two Rivers Plaza, your premier source for small business services.
That was Dan Patrick level hitting the note right as the song started. That was perfect.
Thank you.
Rippey, 1, 2, 3, 3 strikeouts in that inning.
I feel like that's the only way I'm on Dan Patrick's level. So
On 14 pitches.
He was mixing them too.
Oh, yeah, throwing some breaking stuff, fastballs in and out. Both sides of the plate working.
I spoke with manager Caleb Houchins before their matchup with Rockingham, their second matchup, and he said, I asked him about Rippey, who was the player I spotlighted in the pregame show, and he started glowing when he started talking about him, a kid that had to sit behind some pretty talented players over the last 2 years heading into this season, and he said he's a senior that you couldn't ask for better leadership from anybody, and just happy that he's been able to have the opportunity to shine, because that's what he's done this season.
that's good to hear.
both on the mound and at the plate. One-run ball game, boys.
Big moment
tight
here,
one.
inning number 7.
You know, it's a little bit reminiscent of the JV game earlier tonight.
It is. These are the moments these players will remember 20 years from now.
Leading off the inning for the Panthers, number 2, Ben Wade.
Ben Wade steps in for the Morehead Panthers. Grayson Shelton returns to the mound for the McMichael Fighting Phoenix. First pitch, Ben Wade looked hesitant about swinging that, but he swung anyways for a strike. Bunt, pulls it back in time for a 1-1 count. Shelton takes it, adjusts his cap, and steps onto the dirt. Showing bunt again, connects, and it goes foul. 1-2 now, as Wade will return.
Well, you can tell how much McMichael wants this game. You know, they've got another game coming up tomorrow night, and they've already burned 3 pitchers for tomorrow. None of these 3 guys that have made appearances for McMichael are eligible to pitch tomorrow because of their pitch counts.
We'll probably see some Eli again.
I don't know about that.
Sends that
I
one
think
through
we'll be,
first base. Brady Dunn wasn't able to make it there. Just misjudged where it was with his glove, so Ben Wade reaches first.
I think we will be seeing Eli on Friday.
Now batting number 11, Jackson Silvers.
Okay.
Because they're going to want that conference game. This Western Alamance game is not as important as winning that conference matchup Friday. Bit of a pitch out there, nothing on.
1-0 count. Runner gets the lead on first. Bunts it. Oh, pitcher tripped, and that'll put runners on first and second. We've seen some firsts here tonight.
Shelton went
Meeting
to
on the
field
mound.
that one, tangled his feet up a little bit, went down.
Actually did that in my
Manager Erskine out
driveway
to-
yesterday, trying to get the trash.
Manager Clark Erskine out to check on him.
The rule is if you trip, you have to do a push-up if people are watching. And there was a car driving by, so of course, you know.
What if the car stopped and the guy got or gal got out and did a push-up for you?
It would have been weird. Ben Wade sits on first base.
Going to have a new hitter.
Yep. Looks like it's going to be Mason Atkins.
Now batting number 5, Mason Atkins.
So that kills Haygood out of the DH spot.
Silver's on first. Ben Wade on second. The pitch shows bunt, nails it, perfectly placed. The throw, the 1-3 right there, but that'll advance 2 runners to scoring position. Nice job there, coming in and doing the dirty work.
Perfect
Now batting
sacrifice bunt
number
there.
3, Ethan
Advance the
Ford.
runners both to scoring position.
Saw
Try to
one
get a
pitch.
few more runs on the board.
Saw one pitch and may have a big impact on the game. Ethan Horton steps in. Horton takes it for ball one. Horton swings, cuts it to make it a 1-1 count.
Little foul tipper.
Pitch number 3 of the at-bat is fouled back toward the softball field for a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off again. Jonathan Hatley's son running after it. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Way high. Nice grab by Rogers to make it a 2-2 even count. Runners on second and third still for Morehead with 1 out as he sends that one to short. 6-3, but the run scores for Morehead. Ben Wade taps the Pentagon as Morehead's dugout celebrates.
Now batting number 22, Zachary Grogan.
7-5 now for the Morehead Panthers. Runner on third. And I don't think you ever have enough room or enough distancing from your score and McMichael's. You've just got to keep laying it on.
Yeah, rivalry matchup. There's no such thing as insurance runs here.
You're going to get an intentional walk here?
Yep, looks like they gave Grogan a free pass. And let's see if they're going to do the same for Sands.
I think they prefer the righty-righty matchup versus lefty-righty.
Yep, I like that too.
Here's Sands. Ball one.
Well, Sands has an RBI single, has reached twice on walks and scored 2 runs tonight.
Sands cuts on that one, sends it deep into right center, and the grab is made. Nice
Colin
hustle
Mitchell
out
tracked
there.
that one down.
We head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. This is McMichael's time. It's 7 runs for Morehead, 5 runs for McMichael. What are your thoughts, Joe?
I'm just sitting here thinking you all have the
Upcoming
flair
Phoenix
for
baseball
dramatic.
games.
Every game you guys
Tomorrow
do is
night we host
close.
Western Alamance. Friday we play at Morehead.
You had the game winner here
Wednesday the 9th
for McMichael
we host
against
Rockingham.
Reedsville.
And then Thursday the 10th we host
This one a
Bartley
2-run ball
Yancey.
game. You had what the game on Friday was
Following
a
week, we head
3-0
down
game.
to White Oak
I don't even.
for the beach tournament.
I mean, the
That's
first
Monday,
couple of
and then
the first
Tuesday
Rockingham
and
baseball game,
Wednesday games will be
was that
following
close? Because I actually don't remember it like at all.
Which game?
The
Then
first game we did at
Nah,
Rockingham,
that game wasn't close at all.
and the Rockingham
22nd,
softball
we
game
are
wasn't
at
close
West
either.
Stokes
But other
in
than
the
that,
last regular season game.
Yeah, that first game
Friday,
against Southern
April
Guilford.
25th, we
Hudson.
Yeah, that first
West
Southern
Stokes.
Guilford game was an 8-0 game. And then we had
I think
the
Hudson Deal
Tonight's
probably
game's
gave up more
broadcast
hits
on RocoRadio.com. You can follow him on
in
Facebook
4 games.
or
Than,
on YouTube.
I mean,
as well as go
he had
to
12
their
strikeouts
website.
in that
That's
game.
Roco Radio, ROCO Radio. Listen
Here
to
comes
tonight's
Rip again,
game
man.
now.
He had 3 strikeouts in this last half inning.
Rippey has been ridiculous.
Looking to get the save here. How big of a win would this be for Morehead if they can close the door?
It would be huge.
huge. I mean,
their
it,
record does not show what they actually are at all. They've played a ridiculous strength of schedule.
I mean, it puts them It puts them another game up on the Phoenix and another game between second and third.
Leading off for the
conference.
Phoenix, number 7, Brady Dunn.
These Phoenix are the Fighting Phoenix for a reason. They're not going to sit down here in the 7th.
No, they never lay down.
7-5, Morehead Panthers with the lead. Bottom half of the 7th inning. McMichael Phoenix trying to make the comeback. Strike one down the plate for Brady Dunn, who steps back in. And here's the first baseman. Dunn fouls that one back. Now 0-2 quickly. Rippey delivers that one just high for a 1-2 count on the breaking ball. Base is empty, 0 outs. Here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, McMichael down by just 2 runs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He'll head back to the dugout.
Rippey sent him up there on the inside fastball. He wanted nothing to do with the outside part of the plate against Dunn. Went with the breaking ball
Now
back to back. They got the fastball and got him to go after it.
Grayson Shelton.
Yep. Threw that high, hard one. After he'd gone low and away off the plate.
Here's Shelton.
Shelton has reached base on walks twice, scored a run.
Shows bunt, pulls it back, 1-0 count. And Michael has 6 strikes to stay alive with. Ooh, just missed the zone. The low fastball. 2-0 count now. Shelton rests his bat on his shoulder, shows bunt, way outside, pulls it back for a 3-0 count now from Rippey. Rippey delivers for a strike looking. Noticeable frustration from Shelton.
And that one was up at the top end of the zone at the letters.
3-1 count now. Fouled back right into Joe Dexter's face.
Practically.
No, I did.
It hit the net, which hit his camera, which hit his face.
It's not the worst that's happened to me. I was taken out by an official on a touchdown play.
Sends that one out into
Good at bat for
center
Shelton.
field. Nice job by Shelton. Now, did he do it on purpose? Like, were you just playing the game and he was like, I think tackling looks super cool
so it was
when these players do it. I should be able to join the fun. And then he just nailed
It
you.
was in Martinsville. It was a handoff.
Now
Running
back
back
for the Phoenix,
got on the
number
outside
8,
to the sideline
Eli
and took off 50 yards down the
Gann.
field. Well, I'm in my lens. The official's running down the sideline, and he just blitzkrieged me. And the best part is it's on the huddle highlights. So you can
And you
go
haven't
see
shown
it.
us that yet?
It was McMichael Martinsville, 2017, I think.
Thank you.
16.
Runner on first, that is Shelton. As Eli Gann pulls back the bunt attempt to no avail for a strike. 0-1 count with 1 down. McMichael Fighting Phoenix trying to keep this thing alive here in the bottom half of inning number 7. Down 5 runs to 7 to their cross-county rivalries, the Morehead Panthers. Strike 2 delivered, both of which have been looking strikes. Eli Gann with no gloves, steps back in, taps the plate, and fouls that one off.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the home dugout. Thank you.
Oh, 0-2 still. Rippey on the mound. The pitch. Just high for a 1-2. What a breaking ball. for a strike, or for a ball. 2-2 count. Breaking ball, popped up, sky high. Going after it is the second baseman, who makes the grab. Looks like that was Jacob Sands. So now with a runner on first and 2 outs.
Now batting for the Phoenix, number 6, Colin Mitchell.
Colin Mitchell is going to have to keep this thing alive for the McMichael Fighting Phoenix.
Colin Mitchell, 2 of 3 tonight. Has a couple of an infield single and a bunt double.
That one bounces. 1-0 count. Stepping back in is Mitchell. Shelton gets a big lead on first. That one is high. 2-0 count. Mitchell takes that one for a 3-0 count now, as Tanner Rippey receives it. Inside at the letters, and he will head to first base. At this point, an effective at-bat is keeping the game
Now
going.
batting for the Phoenix, number 10, Jackson Hall.
Survival game at this point.
RBI on a sacrifice bunt, reached on a walk, and grounded out to short in his 3 at-bats this evening.
Got promoted back in April, and you met some.
Jackson Hall takes the first one high, 1-0 count, trying to keep this game alive. Leading runner on second base. Tying run is on first, but 2 outs on the board. That's the crucial number to look at. Hall takes that one inside for a strike. 1-1 count.
And, I mean, you can't blame the patient approach there by Hall. Rippey had thrown 5 straight balls. Make him throw you 1 strike.
Hall swings, foul tip into the glove for 1-2. And it comes down to this. Hall steps in, 1-2 count. Runners on second and first. Down 7-5 with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Rippey on the mound. Delivers. Right down the plate. Ooh, just missed.
Missed it outside.
2-2.
Freeze tried to pull that one back in.
Hall fouls that one back.
And the hit and run was on.
Please return balls fouled out of play back to the home dugout. Thank you.
Surprising move by the manager there, putting the hit and run on a 2-2 count.
Meeting between the catcher, Judson Freese, and Tanner Rippey.
And manager
2-2 count.
Talking to the plate umpire about something.
2-2 count, 2 down. McMichael worked their way back into the game after being down for the majority of it. They were down 4-1. Then they scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. But Morehead came roaring back with 2 runs in the top of the 6th to regain command and a run in the top half of this inning to lead 7-5. It now comes down to this pitch with a runner on first and second for McMichael, but 2 strikes on the board for Jackson Hall. Hall swings and misses, and Tanner Rippey secures the victory for the Morehead Panthers. Morehead improves to 7-7 as McMichael drops their first home game in 12 games. That ends the streak. McMichael drops to 6-3 in the conference. Morehead improves to 5-1 in the conference, keeping them at that number 2 spot.
Wow.
Incredible. Incredible job by the Morehead Panthers showing that fight. And Michael made the comeback in the bottom of the 5th. A lot of teams would be down and out by then, but the Morehead Panthers, they're battle tested. They know what they're made of. And they tacked on 3 runs in these past 2 innings. Somebody just did a backflip. Number 11.
I'll tell you, hard-fought
Jackson
battle
Silvers
on both sides. Came down to the wire. But I'll tell you, player of the game for me tonight, Tanner Rippey.
Absolutely.
Hands
Oh,
down.
yeah. Easy.
3 RBIs. Came
crucial
in,
moments, too.
Came in relief and struck out 5. Struck out 6.
6, yeah.
And Joe Dexter mentioned his leadership as part of it. You know, his poise on the mound, some of that emotion. He knows when to show emotion. You got to know when to show emotion at the right time. Like Erskine told us, Tanner Rippey did that. He kept his team in the game, and just overall kudos to him. Kudos to this Morehead Panthers team getting the big victory here at McMichael, ruining the streak and stopping them from getting to 10-0 at home on the season.
Yeah, and, you know, kudos to both teams, both managers. You know what you're going to get when McMichael and Morehead face off, or when any of these Rockingham County teams face off, but especially these 2 teams. Both scrappy, both fight all the way to the end every game, and I would expect nothing less. And I'm looking forward to the rematch on Friday.
Joe, you have anything you want to add?
Hatley will bring you that. I'll be on the air on Friday at Rockingham County as they take on Dudley. Look to get the season sweep there. First pitch there is at 6 o'clock, so your pregame show will be at 5:30, presented by Sandy Cross General Merchandise. Hatley will be on the air starting at 6:30 with the first pitch from Morehead High School and Tommy Woods Baseball Field. The kid and Jay and Hatley will be back here tomorrow against Western Alamance.
I didn't know we were separate people. I thought I was the kid, but you learn something new every day. Thank you guys so much for listening in to Roco Radio's coverage.
It's both your personalities, Jay. You're the kid and Jay.
Okay. Thank you, Bob.
Hey, this is the first one that's been lost since we've been here. Yeah. Yep, having to throw to a BB there at times.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening in. For Jonathan Hatley, I'm Jay and the kid, I guess. 7-5 victory for the Morehead Panthers. Thank you guys so much for listening in on April Fool's, my favorite day of the year. We hope to see you soon. Be back here tomorrow for McMichael action against Western Alamance.